To be honest, I just heard there was a new documentary dropping. You feel me? I really don't know. What the fuck is this? That shit out, boy. What's the word though, chat? How y'all doing, man? Let me change this shit too. Not that to yeah, there we go. When is the outdoor festival? Shit, I don't even think that shit happening, broski. I'ma keep it a full buck. I do not think that shit is happening. I do not think that shit is happening, not gonna lie. Shit, where is the shit at, man? Cause the thing is, they would have been announced it. So, I don't think that's happening, to be honest. Let me see.
This is the...
Oh, yeah. Shit's from the premieres in 4 minutes. Alright, guys. The documentary premieres in 4 minutes. So, basically, if you guys want to know, like, what this basically is, it's basically a documentary behind, like, the whole, like, leaks, the community, shit like that. Not more so portraying it to Juice WRLD himself, but just the leaks behind the shit. You feel me? Like, it's like the behind the scenes of all the leaks and stuff like that. So, you feel me? I was like, fuck it, we gonna react to this shit. I think your take to Smith & Wesson was buns. Honestly, bro, like, after I really, like, re-listened to the song, I actually like it, to be honest. Like, I actually really fuck with it. Check this shit. Damn, what a motherfucking It's just that one good part though, you feel me? It's just that one good part about, like, that shit that really just, like, actually good for real. That's all that is. It's not like the craziest Juice song. That's like basically what I'm trying to say. It ain't like the craziest motherfucking Juice WRLD song, but it's cool. Oh, bro, it's cool. You feel me? It's cool. We just got better songs. Damn. So chat, I know like a lot of y'all not really like in the Discord for real, not tapped in for real, which y'all should be, but a nigga was sick as hell yesterday, man. I was supposed to stream yesterday. But then I ended up having to, I was just throwing up like crazy, gang. I promise you, I'm sitting there just throwing up like crazy, bro. You feel me? Like, and that shit just wouldn't stop. So you feel me? Niggas had to go to the EI and some more shit for, like, shit was fucked up. But, and I was hoping, I was like, bro, I hope I can fucking stream today. Literally, I'm like, I hope I can fucking stream today. And literally, I just kept on fucking throwing up and shit. Like, anything I ate, throwing it right the fuck up. Literally. But today we cool, we straight shit. But bro, my mom was on my ass though. Like, she was saying, like, do not be smoking. Because the doctor did say don't be smoking and eating like harsh foods. Like, I gotta eat like all types of, you know, like baked chicken and shit like that. You feel me? Bet. Alright, guys, it premieres in 60 seconds. Facts way better than Lace It, of course. I ain't waiting years for the. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna really keep it a buck with y'all with the label. We're not getting shit from them for no time soon. I'm gonna explain it like this. Juice WRLD's contract had a 5-label deal. The Party Never Ends was the 5th album. The deal is over with. You feel me? Like, it's only so much they can do with this shit now. Like, I feel like we just gotta look into the actual like realistics of it. Like Juice WRLD's contract is over with for the label, so you feel me? On my soul, the outro I'm cooking gonna be tough as hell. You realize you just put that on your soul, so like that shit ain't tough. Yo ass up out of here. Real shit. Bro, first of all, Pete is Kanye West's manager now. He's not giving a fuck about Juice WRLD right now. If we're being honest, he don't give a damn about Juice WRLD right now. And damn near Kanye and Juice WRLD are competition. You feel me? Like, come on now. Why Pete didn't want us listening if they weren't. The reason they didn't want us listening to leaks is so when they did drop something, it's like, oh my god, like what the fuck is this? But it's just like, gang, if y'all don't drop shit, we don't want to listen to shit. We ain't finna sit up here, some shit that leaked down there. Then that 20 songs then leaked in the last 4 months and you ain't dropped shit. You think we not finna listen to none of them? They leaking most songs that y'all dropping. You hear me? Is a doc out? Let me see. Let me go to this shit. This shit out, boy. Man, what the fuck? All these fucking links open. Holy shit.
Think of your favorite song. Likely, it brings
Shit.
vivid memories, whether it be where you were the first time you heard the song, or that one time you felt an intense emotion while listening. Music that we feel in our souls is healing, and that fact is no stranger to scientific research. We as people are listening to more music on average, and it makes sense. We seem to grow an attachment to a certain artist because they speak what feelings or emotions we may or may not be able to express.
Hell yeah.
We listen and listen and listen, but sometimes an artist's entire discography isn't enough. We want more. We may beg the artist, but they don't always budge. This is what leads to
Yo, why is this actually tough? This bitch seemed like a real documentary.
If you listen to unreleased music, work alongside an artist, or you're an artist yourself, you're likely familiar with how the music industry works, so this portion may come as a review to you, but it is recommended to watch this regardless. Close your eyes and imagine the scene I will paint for you. It's 5 p.m.,
Let me see.
raining, and you're in your hometown with your friend who makes music.
Type
For the
shit.
past 10 minutes, he's been on a FaceTime call with someone you don't recognize talking about samples and clearance. As you enter into a dimly lit studio room your friend booked for the night. You sit down on a soft couch and look around. You see your friend going into the recording booth while someone you aren't very familiar with sits in the room in front of you, next to all these buttons and sliders. The beat starts playing. Your friend sings into the mic while the person in the room with you records the vocals and edits them. You're curious, so you decide to understand the environment better and do a quick Google search on your phone, and you find out that your friend was on a call with a producer who creates beats by tastefully sampling an old hidden gem of a song. You then wonder how easy it is to work all of those buttons you saw, and come to find out that it's a large learning curve worthy of only someone who likes to be an audio engineer. You quickly connect the dots, and it all makes sense. The producer produces the beat, the artist sings, and the audio engineer works the vocals. You realize that songs require a team and they take genuine effort. Today was a good day. No technical difficulties, just pure passion and storytelling. You trust that each step of the process acts as a team and at their best effort. Open your eyes. That artist would go on to post snippets of 2 songs he had made that day. Over the coming months, he spoke to his management hoping to clear the songs.
Nah, that's crazy. Fuck.
Obtained permission to use the samples embedded in the beat from the original song makers. One song maker agreed to clear it at a price of $500, the other refused. The cleared song released and it was a hit, but some fans wanted the other one too. Months went by, fans kept calling for the song to release, but it never did, and fans, not knowing of the process, were left puzzled. After some time, one would expect fans to forget about songs once previewed by an artist, and some did, but the same couldn't be said about the growing few who saw a need for it. They would try to market it and ensure the
This
song
nigga is
wasn't
talking
forgotten
about
and
YoungBoy
remained in
reactions
the
while I'm
minds of
reacting to a
fans.
whole Juice WRLD
Take, for
documentary.
example,
Nigga,
the
fuck
song
YoungBoy
known
right
as
now.
Twitter by Juice WRLD. Ever since its preview in 2018,
Shit.
a select few fans wanted the song to release. However, it never did, and accounts like Posting Quitter Every Day were created, where, as the name suggests, daily a post of the snippet would be made, sometimes reaching streaks of more than 500. Now, let's say the artist retires like J. Cole has been planning to following the release of his The Fall Off album, or doesn't keep up with fan demand for their music like Frank Ocean, or unfortunately passes away and production halts. In turn, fans would complain, make memes, really do anything for the lack of new releases, until those capable of it take matters into their own hands.
The music black market.
If they couldn't get an official release, they'd get it elsewhere, through a list of unethical tactics you likely didn't even think would work. Despite increasing efforts for cybersecurity more recently with 2-factor authentications and security keys, for some, if there's a will, there's a way, and there is no stopping. This mentality is exactly what gave rise to the underground communities of unreleased music.
Nobody is safe.
One can list any mainstream artist, and an underground leak community likely exists or has once existed.
Who the fuck is calming Ice Cube? Who the fuck is part of Ice Cube Calm? Who the fuck is part of Central C Calm, bro? Me trust? Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus Christ. I pray for you, man.
And artists themselves were conscious of this. Take Lil Uzi Vert, for example, allegedly beating up one of his leakers to set an example.
Skinny ass, bitch ass nigga, sit down. Fuck is wrong with you? Fucking hacking on my shit, motherfucking leaking my music, nigga. That's my goddamn job.
Or when he put a lyric in one of his songs calling out another. While a separate documentary can exist for each of these communities with individual histories, one in particular catches the public eye, with fans talking amongst each other, influencers reacting, and even news articles being posted, all for its unimaginable prices per song, amount of songs leaking, and community efforts.
Wait.
Amount of songs leaking.
I know one of you calm niggas is watching. Strives, I know your ass is watching. There's no way you're not. You see these prices, right? You see these? Let's go back. You guys see these, right? This is crazy. OG file for Animal, crazy as fuck. Alright. Adore You, 15K, reasonable. Go Hard, not gonna lie, 20 to 25 is cool. You feel me? That's just you feel me? Did I miss anything important? Yeah, not for real. He's just talking about like the build up and like how this shit happens. Not too much for real though.
And community efforts. One can think of these communities almost like a medieval kingdom, where the one who has more or better songs is the one with most status and receives the most attention from community members. And this analogy is exactly how hierarchies in these communities run. The
Right.
largest and most impactful example within the leak community would be that of Juice WRLD's, and within this, there have been many attempts at overthrowing the king of the community, so to speak, but one reigned supreme and seemingly was untouchable.
Hey, y'all, the sound cool and everything?
Despite releasing 7 projects before, with no substantial growth in his brand, Juice demonstrated the work ethic everyone would later praise him for and kept making music. After releasing his breakthrough EP, Nothing's Different, on December 22nd, 2017, with the song All Girls Are the Same 999, Juice was on his way to stardom, and it was like a switch flipped in him. His next project would come to be what chiseled his name in the marble of music history, this project being Goodbye and Good Riddance, originally named Fuck You Bella. The album would release on May 23rd, 2018, and that week people could listen to some of today's most nostalgic music. Black and White, Hurt Me, Wasted, Robbery.
Man.
Wait, Robbery? That's on his Death Race for Love album, one might say. And yes, Robbery, 2 days prior to Goodbye and Good Riddance. A 3-song pack was mysteriously posted even before Juice's first studio album, with the first leak ever occurring on December 20th, 2017. Juice had this problem from the very start. But what if it was his own doing? Over the years, rumors have spread online that Juice himself had leaked those songs in order to promote his album. The main theory that backs his claim is that Juice himself would listen
Remove
to
what,
these
nigga? I know you ain't
favorite
talking about me.
artists, and that Juice was easily influenced by those he looked up to. On the contrary, multiple videos exist of Juice showing annoyance to his songs being leaked in later times. Regardless of this conspiracy, it's anyone's guess, and the situation poetically foreshadows what
Was this nigga gonna fuck himself up? Cause we know who was leaking them songs when this nigga was alive. You was gonna fuck yourself up? Why Juice said that shit like he wasn't part of it, like, oh yeah, whoever leaking my shit, like, nigga, look in the mirror. Come on, man. For those that know, you know. It wasn't just googly. When Juice was alive, he wanted to get his songs out bad as hell too.
was to come. By no means was Juice WRLD's leak community the first to start. The practice of sharing leaks dates back to the early days of the internet, with sources mentioning Depeche Mode's 1993 album Songs of Faith and Devotion as one of the first to circulate among chat rooms before its release. Although other examples exist dating back further at smaller extents, like the pizza tapes, where an artist trio gave a CD of their album they just recorded to a pizza delivery man as a tip, only for the trio to hear the song on the radio not long afterwards. The first widespread leaks would, however, occur on Napster, a widely known file-sharing platform in the early 2000s, most known for the sharing of music. Despite Napster's platform being used primarily to pirate officially released music, it opened up the door to any other audio files, starting the widespread distribution of leaks that many of us are familiar with today. Now, as Juice grew in popularity, more and more fans felt a deep connection to his music. And as was mentioned, they wanted more, sharing snippets of Juice previewing music on his live streams on Instagram, or really sharing any type of information regarding new leaks. Starting in late 2018, a Discord server by the name of Juice WRLD, nicknamed Juice HQ, was created by a small group of people, and no time was wasted in mere speculation. Obtaining songs unavailable to the general public was prioritized. The first of more than 1,000 to come, a song named Rebel Blood was bought for $50 on the 2nd of June.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me? $50? What happened? So you mean to tell me if I decided to focus on school, if I decided to focus on JuiceCom instead of school, I could have been buying Juice Leaks? Nigga, I'm focusing on high school and shit during this time, and I could have just been buying Juice Leaks? I'm sitting here spending $50 to get a motherfucking cart. And I could have been buying a crazy ass song. I could have made a crazy fucking investment. This is like missing Bitcoin twice. Oh my god. Holy shit. Like, imagine if they never leaked this song. They bought this shit for $50 and still haven't leaked it to this day. Like, holy shit. I'm sitting here trying to get $50 and to buy me a cart and a battery and shit in high school. I could have been buying Juice songs. Then mind you, this is the summer. I was working during this summer. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like, fuck.
2018. Then another came, and another, with a total of 99 songs leaking in the year of 2018 alone. Complicating potential releases and bringing up questions as to how these leaked.
Why that can't happen every year? Bitch ass niggas.
The amount of songs leaking caught the attention of Juice, and he decided to speak on it, visibly feeling annoyed and defeated on this Instagram live dating August 5th, 2018.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hack me if I don't show them no attention. Y'all not real fans. What type of person you, if you admire me so much, why are you threatening to hack me to try to have a conversation? I talk back. I talk back to the people that fuck with me. I respond to DMs, I do all that. And the bitch like, I'm not Jesus, my nigga. Like, I don't see everything. And niggas still be having the nerve to put my shit saying, we gonna leak this, we gonna leak that, we gonna hack your shit. For what? What is wrong with y'all? Not y'all, but for what though?
Bro, you are Jesus, I swear. I'm not gonna say if he right or wrong, but I understand. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I ain't gonna say he right or I'm not gonna say if he right or wrong, but I understand.
Like, why are you hacking me? Like, what the fuck? Shit hella weird. Niggas is weird.
This community would continue on buying songs for the sole reason of hearing them in full quality.
I know this nigga sounds sad about this shit, but he's just high. Like, trust me, I don't think he gave a damn for real, as like he sounded. Like, I don't think this nigga is actually sad or like irritated or agitated about this shit a little bit. I just think like this nigga was high as fuck. But like the thing is, and what niggas have to get, that you came into this fucking like music game with a whole different sound. Like I feel like what niggas don't get about Juice WRLD, his music is euphoric. You feel every emotion and feeling out of his song from his voice. Like, you just feel the frequencies like through your ears. So there's no fucking way. It's like you fucking the shit out of a bitch and then never fucking her again. She's gonna be like, you like, that bitch gonna be like, you ain't no way in hell you finna fuck me like that and then just dip. Ain't no way you finna drop this hard ass music and just dip, my nigga. Which this nigga ironically did. But you feel me? This, you like, that's just like that how it is. You feel me? Oh, bro. That nigga Juice, I think that nigga Juice got it though. I just feel like on Juice's shit, he was trying to get us to understand like he part of a label. He can't really like drop shit. So since he can't really drop shit, like, I feel like a lot of the songs he wanted to drop. You feel me? A lot of the songs he definitely wanted to drop, but since they got leaked, he like, damn, like, nah, I can't drop this shit because they ass leaked this shit. Bro, because more than likely, I'm pretty sure like once he was out of his deal, like a lot of those songs and shit, he was gonna drop those like outside of his deal for sure. But like, nigga, drop. Same thing to the label, drop these fucking songs and we wouldn't have these problems. And I think record labels need to realize that too. Like, you like trying to do the whole thing where we won't give them music, so when we drop some shit, it'll be the biggest shit ever, is not the best way to go about shit. Because we get desperate and that's why shit gets leaked. And then now when we get an ongoing thing for shit getting leaked, fuck your label, damn near fuck the artist, we have our way. You feel me? Y'all had y'all way, but y'all didn't really make it work to our liking. So this is what we decided to do now. You feel me? Like, that's like even with Uzi, gang. The nigga ain't dropped in fucking months. He ain't dropped the album. When was the last album? What was the last time this nigga dropped an album? Hold on, let me see. When's the last time Uzi dropped an album? When's the last time this nigga dropped an album? 2 years ago, last time this nigga Uzi dropped an album. And then he gets mad when all of his shit starts to get leaked. There's just like, you feel me? Anyway, let's get back into it.
But it remained like a community where individuals came together all with a common goal to listen to Juice's music. Sometime
What documentary?
during 2019,
This one right here, my
the
boy.
community would evolve from Juice HQ into Juice Hub, an infamous
Nah.
Discord known as the place that everything was orchestrated and the place that became so iconic that its identity remained until essentially the very end. The
YouTube.
introduction
That's Juice World, folk. Before you niggas try to come away and do some shit, it's fucking Juice World, alright? I know how quick y'all niggas be. Calm your ass down, sit down. It's Juice World. Not what you think it is. You thirsty ass vampires.
Juice Hub came a particular figure that would soon grow to be unstoppable and highly influential.
Googly woogly, I've been gone for a bit. My bad to the people who've been trying to reach me. I literally don't even have a phone right now, LOL. If I do come back, I'll make a public statement addressing everything that happened, but just know there was a bunch of out of context shit to make me look as bad as possible, because I didn't want to send my entire vote to some random nigga online. It was long overdue for a break, but yeah, regardless, I put out a bunch. I don't get no fuck no more.
As Googly following the month of May. Googly started out like any other member, unknown, lacking of any connections, interested in Juice's music, but he quickly realized he wanted more than just to listen to the leaks. He wanted the power, he wanted the status, and
Feed
most
Me
of
My
all, he
Minions
wanted the
is
money.
crazy. Feed Me My Minions is insane.
He wanted the power, he wanted the status, and most of all, he wanted the money.
I am Darkstar. I was one of the, I wouldn't say OG owners of Juice Hub, but one of the founding members, I would feel like, of Juice HQ and all that stuff. I'd say we were all very tightly knit, you know. I feel like it was kind of our community versus every other community that was out there.
This is
And we all kinda
Darkstar.
stood by
He's
each
a
other.
long-time member.
And we
if
just
you
were a
guys don't
very
know.
strong community in terms of group buying. We finished group buys faster than any other con. We always got the outreach out there. We got all the fan pages involved. We got just a lot of members in the community. So I feel like that had a lot to do with it. But in the beginning also, I want to include that it was mainly 2 or 3 people, and then Googly joined. And then I feel like when Googly joined, the toxicity kind of rose a little bit more from him joining. At first, when he first joined, he was just like very cocky. Like, first, just show me the songs. Where's the songs? Who can I buy them? Who has the most songs? I need more music, more songs. And I feel like, you know, it was cool because he was letting us group buy those songs. But I feel like for the long-term aspect, it was more of a money grab in that, you know, sense. But if he did like Juice World from the start, but he just didn't seem like the biggest Juice World fan in the world to me, you know. And he just was very toxic in the way he carried himself in the community, like, oh, I have all these songs, like, you must respect me and blah blah blah. And he was very kind of racist in the beginning. He would always say the hard R and stuff, and I tried to correct him on that and get on him about that, and me and him butted heads a lot because of that. And he really didn't like me at first, and I didn't like him at first, because he just was so new to the community, and he was just so strong, like, right off the bat. Oh yeah, I feel like he definitely tried to give us a bunch of songs. He definitely looked out for the little guys, you know.
So, because we don't dick ride these niggas no more, like how we used to, that's why we don't get songs. That's what I'm getting at, because I feel like if we still gave them this attention and was steady dick riding how we once was, we'd be getting these songs, you feel me? We not giving these niggas enough attention. These niggas, bro, if 1,000 niggas right now beg Googly to come back, that nigga will come back. 100%. The fuck? And I've been trying to tell y'all, Googly and these motherfucking people that resell Juice WRLD songs, they be group band Juice WRLD, they're not real Juice fans, bro. They just either one, trying to make some bread, two, they like the attention and get a thrill out of just like getting all like this attention from fans wanting these songs and shit like that, you feel me? Like, it's like they got something over us, you feel me? People get like kinks and shit out of that shit, bro. Like, dead ass. Which I don't fucking understand. Like, Tragic, who's owned, like, he owns Mercy Lago and shit right now. The nigga literally gets a kick. Like, his kink is his songs getting leaked on him. Like, him getting snaked, he likes that shit. And I damn near the only way we'll get songs from that nigga is if he gets snaked. So it's little bullshit like that. Like, these niggas not real Juice fans. They just like how this shit makes them feel, and they like the thrill of it. Like, nigga, we actually want songs. Like, me personally, if I was to be owning these Juice WRLD songs, even if I had my own money, if I had money to really buy these songs, I'd just leak them for free. That ass. I'd just leak them for free. Because, like, I really fuck with Juice WRLD, and I know people like me fuck with Juice WRLD. So, you feel me? Like, I would just leak all the shit for free. Now, of course, I would build hype up towards these leaks, but that's pretty much it. Like, I'd probably ore farm a little bit, then, yeah, but you don't get the shit for free. Ore farm or group buys, nigga. Like, you feel me? That's just how I would be coming. Like, obviously, if these niggas just had money to throw away on songs, like, you feel me? Y'all got money to leak these bitches for free. They just, you know, some greedy shit. They believe that Tragic didn't know about Shrives. I think he did, honestly, because honestly, it doesn't make sense that you wouldn't know. Like, you're part of Discord com, you're part of Juice com, and I'm pretty sure you have seen, like, over the course, I'm pretty sure out of these times, like, you just haven't been that off the fucking radar that you didn't know your song was being group buyed. That ass. But you know why, like, it doesn't fucking matter? Because Tragic is just gonna come back with a fucking crazy snippet of, like, Mercy Lago or some shit, and everything is gonna be fine again. Yeah. That ass. It's funny because Tragic and Strider's songs are double sold because, yeah, that's another thing. Them niggas do have double sold songs, so it's only a matter of time before they get snaked. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, even if you weren't active, like, somebody would have told you, like, hey, like, even your homie, like, hey, yeah, for your motherfucking song getting group bad, like, you feel me? And then that group buy was up for, like, multiple days, right? If I'm not mistaken, like, even it, like, hell no, I'm not buying that shit, for he knew what the fuck was going on, gang. Literally, the nigga finna come back and probably leak Mercy Lago for free, and then guess what? Everything's all peachy again. And then Googly, I know Googly's gonna come back and he's gonna try to win us back some type of fucking way, or he probably doesn't give a damn about us no more. I'm telling you, Googly is gonna come back. I feel like he's stacking up on songs. You feel me? And he's gonna try to come back, leak some crazy shit, then say some dumbass paragraph, and then, oh yeah, we're back tight. Double selling the songs was a good thing, to be honest, because nobody but one people would have had these songs. Like, Cole would never switch. Yeah, it was a good thing, because, like, shit, like, the songs end up getting leaked on people. I thought it was a joke, and dude, I was on vacation. Like, come the fuck on, gang. Dumbass shit like that. If Googly randomly comes back and leaks tracks for free, would you let him start group buying songs again? No. Thank you, Googly, for racks, but no. We're not finna go into this cycle again. No, like, we're not about to get pulled back into this bullshit cycle. Like, this shit has went downhill to the fact that we got niggas promoting crypto coins. Niggas saying get 20K in fucking crypto coins for glow limit. 40 seconds of Juice WRLD to leak. This shit is going downhill. Niggas are saying, imagine, niggas have already paid for a group buy for the song, then wants us on top of that to get 20K in a random ass crypto coin so your ass can get more fucking money. Talk about scamming. Like, holy shit. And then that's how you know these niggas don't even care no more. They're openly scamming us. Crypto? What? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Honestly, I think Max Lord won't accept the deal from Daniel because I don't know what the fuck Googly got on that nigga. I don't know what Googly has on that nigga. But it has to be something crazy for like 800 bands. But I think that was 800K for everything. Maybe like you throw Max Lord maybe a mil, 3 mil max. Here go 800K. I don't think Max going for that. Googly, I'm pretty sure has paid Max over $1 million. Actually, no, he hasn't, because I forgot that Googly pays less for these songs than he sells them for, so he probably hasn't even gave him $1 million. Maybe 500K for sure, but not no fucking meal. Not no meal ticket, bro. They offer to even group buy his songs for 100% max profit. That's crazy. So that's how you know niggas really just not for the community. Like niggas offering free promo to group buy these songs, my nigga, and you still not taking it? You ain't fucking with this shit, man. I'm pretty sure 800K is for all the songs probably. Like, why the fuck can't I be rich and just leak shit free? I mean, Max gets all the profit? Oh. Even still, like... You feel me? Like, even still, like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't go for that. That's why I said I really feel like you would have to give Max, honestly, a 1 to 3 million, even 5 million, to actually close that deal. I'd say 3 million, to be honest. That's Juice's deal. Like, I feel like for the rest of his songs, 3 million, folk. 3 million, folk. And the thing about it is, Daniel, he wants to be done with this shit. He was going to buy these songs and leak them. Because he wants to be done with this shit. Because then once all the songs is here, what else is there? You feel me? But I already know the Juice WRLD community. Then you could still buy every single last Juice WRLD song, and for some fucking reason, here's another Juice WRLD song that fucking surfaced out of nowhere. That nigga Dan, you gonna think he buying every single song. No, nigga, it's still some shit lurking. Oh, bro. If Max Lord isn't being pressured about something being leaked about him, he is the dumbest person ever for doing some shit like this, because I don't believe Google. That's the... Okay, I understand what you're saying, though. Because it's just like, what I was thinking, it's just like, what the fuck could it be so bad that a person has on you that you won't take this money? Like, you give me 1 to 5 million for all these damn songs. Whatever the fuck that nigga got on me, leak it. Give it up. I don't give a damn. I'm rich. I'm up 5 bands. I'm up $5 million right now. I don't give a fuck about what you say about me. Post it. Share it everywhere. I have 5 million in my account to go farthest away from the bullshit and just sit and stake out until I don't feel bad about the shit no more. What the fuck? I think it's like more deeply that goes into this, bro, to be honest. And then also this fucking nigga Max Lord obviously probably doesn't want to go to fucking jail, so I think that's a big part that plays into it as well. It's been close to a decade as well. Yeah. No, Max Lord hasn't. He's never going to speak on this shit, bro. He's never going to speak out about this shit. Like, literally. They probably have a fucking case open or have an investigation open for this nigga right now. And we don't know. Like, that shit behind the scenes that niggas probably wouldn't even know. They probably got an investigation open on this nigga right now. You feel me? He probably do got to sit low for a little minute. You feel me? Hey, Benny Blanco. Somebody got $50,000 for More Love. If you want to run that, let me know. Is that Benny Blanco? Yeah, that's Benny Blanco. Wait, is that Benny Blanco? Yeah, I guess. Phone him. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Benny Blanco, somebody has $50,000 for More Love. I don't think you've been doing shit else. I haven't seen shit else. You know, you might need this pick me up, and then you're letting it rot on your fucking hard drive. You have no plans or intentions of doing anything with that song. Give it up. They cooking up a case. Grade A always wins. Yeah, of course. Of course. They cooking up something. A real Rico case on this shit. Trust me. Trust me, my nigga. This gonna be a real Rico. Y'all gotta realize shit like this, Ricos and shit, this shit is built. We gonna look up in 2032, this nigga Maxwell going to fucking jail. And y'all gonna be like, what the fuck took him so long? They building this shit up. Cause when they get ready to arrest this nigga for this shit, they gotta be able to have everything and every right. So when they start the trial and everything, there's no getting out of this shit, my nigga. Like, they have everything they need. Yo ass, they gonna make sure your ass is going down, my nigga. Like, real shit. Grade A needs to go to jail too. For drugging their fucking artists just so they can do shows. Y'all seen that nigga Netspin? I don't know if you guys know who Netspin is. He signed to Grade A. They get that nigga right there. That nigga right there. He's an example that shows you that them drugs, Juice WRLD, yeah, he was doing drugs before he got signed to that label. But when he got to that label, he was doing them a hell of a lot more. That nigga Netspin is barely 18, my nigga. On stage, motherfucking folding and shit, you feel me? He's sitting over there leaning and shit on stage, falling off the stage, throwing up at the shows and shit. Oh, bro, the label need to go to jail too. They be drugging their artists so they can keep working and keep functioning. Then that's gonna be throwing up at the shows. That ass. Fans chanted one more song. He's sitting there puking his fucking guts out. They could probably just have to do a whole 2-hour show off 4 perks. Real shit, man. Alright, y'all. Let's get back into it, man. Nice little yap session. Wait. Fuck yeah, my mom's gone. My mom's gone, y'all. Fuck yeah. Gonna tell me I can't smoke. Yeah, fuck that. If she come back and ask why I smell like weed, hey, I don't know. It wasn't me. Gonna try to tell me y'all can't smoke. Motherfucking doctor gonna try to tell me y'all can't smoke. Fuck out of here. Imagine I pre-rolled these bitches for a reason. I gotta keep my window open too so I can see when she pull up. What the fuck I'm gonna tell her though? Like, she be like, it smell like weed. I know you've been smoking. Like, just be like, nah. I'm just be like, nah. Nah, you ain't missed too much, tweet. What's the word? This smoke has been planned for a minute. I'm knowing. Bro, you already fucking know. That ass. This shit been planned for a minute. I just been sitting here waiting. I just been waiting, bro. That's why I said before I start, let me just make sure. Let me see if she gone. You hear me? Before I spark this bitch up. You feel me? Before I spark this bitch up. Bro. Alright, let's get back into it, y'all.
Listen to recommendations and different things like that. He also took like the time to go through snippets with people and try to find good songs, but so you know, I feel like he definitely was for the community, but
Googly wasn't just some random person, he was clever. Instead of seeing the common goal of listening to music, he wanted to become the source, to have the ability to play with supply and demand, be monopolistic, be the market itself. In the context of song selling,
he makes me more money. What the fuck?
It is comparable to the art market. Imagine you're looking to buy a painting done by Jean-Michel Basquiat. A painting would likely be cheaper if there were many others on the market from different sellers.
You know shit like this goes for like $5 million, y'all? Some shit like this. Probably go for like $5 million. Dead ass. I drew this shit in fucking when I was in like kindergarten. I drew this shit. The shit going for $5 million.
Just because each seller would try to undercut the other seller to sell their painting. The presence of more songs to sell should lower the price that can be charged. So, to conclude, in Googly's case, limiting song supply should theoretically let him charge higher prices. Hence, to accomplish this, he, along with a few others, would band together and create a highly private circle that rarely anyone was ever let into. In this, they would discuss how to get access to new songs, which were in the hands of either those who helped to make it, or the executives responsible for approving or disapproving releases for the songs. In order to understand how these songs were often obtained, it's worth taking a brief intermission to explain the process. Please note, this is solely for educational purposes, and attempting to do any of these will have legal repercussions. And if you are prone to these attacks, it's recommended you stay up to date with your passwords and data leaks. In the most likely case, a common way to obtain these songs was through database leaks. Producers or audio engineers known to have worked with a specific artist, or even have a singular picture taken in the presence of an artist, would be enough evidence to suggest a potential collaboration, and therefore worth looking into for those who sell music. After a target is determined, their information would be checked via multiple data leak websites, and usernames and passwords would be noted. And with this information, industry typical cloud hosting websites would be noted. Like Dropbox or iCloud would be targeted, with the leaker attempting to sign in as if they were the producer or audio engineer themselves. In the past, this was a first step approach, and due to two-factor authentication not being as emphasized then as it is today, it was easy, and brute forcing, like adding an exclamation mark or an @ sign, often worked if the leaked password didn't originally, likely due to password setting laziness of the user. Another common method would be through keylogging and phishing attempts, where an unknowing person would have a keylogger placed on their computer, something that records the keys pressed on the keyboard, all through a downloaded file for the first case, or be linked to a fake, identical website to input sensitive info that in reality records the...
You mean to tell me there's a program that can remember the keys that I put in?
Information put in and isn't in fact the real website. If those methods didn't work, while unlikely, another means would be to contact the person who is in possession of the song, asking if they would send the song in exchange for a sum of money. Understandably, this seems ridiculous and make-believe, but it has happened numerous times within multiple leak communities because it's hard to prove the leak was deliberate on the end of the producer or engineer in possession of the song. And it could have come from anyone involved in the making or management of the song, leaving the blame for a leak among a list of people.
So I'm Perp Dino. I've been involved in the comm loosely since before Juice died. I guess technically now I'm an owner in Music Hub, which is one of the OG offshoots of Juice Hub. All right, so I was honestly just shitposting in a Young Thug Facebook group, which kind of a weird place to meet someone who has exclusive MP3 files, but I was able to come in contact with someone who was in contact with Hollywood J, who is the producer of Irony. He worked with Gucci Mane and a few other artists like that. So I was just basically middlemaning, kind of connecting the dots for the Proxy and Hollywood J to find someone to facilitate a group buy, basically. He messaged me first because we showed a mutual interest in Juice. And he asked me if I knew anyone who was interested in buying a song. And I was like, I think I could probably find someone who will run a group buy for you. I was able to connect him to Frankie and Monix, who at the time I was like, yeah, these guys will, do it right. Didn't necessarily turn out that way, but I was able to just kind of connect the dots for them to meet up and discuss things further in a Discord server. I think it's a pretty scummy practice. I understand that there's a lot of like
Bro's profile
bullshit with labels and not.
What is his profile picture? What is that? What is that? Oh no, that like some crazy. That looks like some typical crazy
Getting paid.
juice com Discord shit.
Out properly, and I understand that some people aren't necessarily getting the credit or the like money that they necessarily assume they would, but I think it's a kind of scummy practice for these guys to be going and being like, oh, this is an artist that I worked with. Like, I think there's like a sense of integrity when you're a producer or an engineer like that, where you're not going to let this music leak because, you know, when you step into a studio, you should be like, okay, this is a secure place that you're here. Let's make music. It shouldn't be, oh, can I make music on the side? Can I, how can I profit off of this guy's death? I think it's scummy.
If none of those worked, the final step would be to SIM swap. When the individual is smart enough to change passwords and keep them unlike one another, smart enough to not fall victim to Trojan horse methods, and refuses to take a bribe for the music, leakers would pretend to be the victim themselves by social engineering the phone provider, and would request their phone number and plan to be
I've heard about
duplicated or
this.
transferred to another SIM card. This would lock the victim out of their own phone's cellular service and provide leakers with access to intercept messages sent to the phone number to bypass two-factor authentication and password
Wow.
resets for targeted websites.
I mean, I
Over
already
time,
knew this,
these
but I
methods
never
have become
knew
more
it
and more
like this
difficult
deep.
to do because of tightening security and corporate memos emphasizing the need to be more vigilant against attacks, and as a result, it's led to more high-profile attacks, leading to more arrests and nationwide news coverage for certain hackers due to
Bob.
more trackability. These methods, with the rare exception, were the exact ways that leakers would get
King
solved.
Bob, he only ended up getting like 8 though, right? He didn't get like the whole 20. He got like 8 years, right? I'm pretty sure that nigga King Bob still has leaks somewhere. Like, trust me, this nigga's gonna get. Watch this nigga gets out of fucking jail, and the day he gets out and gets home, some shit's gonna leak. I'm pretty sure he got some shit tucked away somewhere, like real shit. I don't even know how that situation went down, but niggas like him, for sure.
And Googly was no exception. With these songs in the hands of Googly and others wanting to make money off of their illegal work, they would host group buys in a Discord server separate from the main one, where information about the song was posted, if available.
All Alone for $4,000. All Alone for $4,000. What happened? All Alone for $4,000. What happened? There are shittier songs that we've gotten for more than this. How much was Make a Bill? You feel me? 20K shit. They could have pulled 25K today with this, 100%. $4,000 is what this song costed. Wow, man. Wow.
Along with the price. Essentially a crowdfund, but with specific
Yo, Grade A don't care about leak because they money off leaks, so when they decide to release in the future. Literally, they can just re-release the leaks whenever they need money. No, bro. And then plus, they don't have access to the files anyway, so they have to wait for us to leak this shit anyway. Remind Me of You, OG, plus a mystery song, 2,700. OG file plus song for 2.7K, 2,700. What happened? Like, damn, you gritty ass motherfuckers. Niggas got overly. That's why I feel like that revive shit, that 30K revive, fucked everything up 100%, bro. And then revive ended up turning into what, like 4 different songs or some shit. Actually makes me depressed seeing how good, man. Back then, before I started the YouTube shit, you feel me? I like, I was listening to some of the leaks that I seen on YouTube and shit, but I never knew about this. I ain't know how good I had it. I'm thinking like, damn, this shit just leaking. You feel me?
Missions. These group buys
The
would
Revive
take
not even
place
that good for
selling songs
30K.
Large amounts, such as "Girl with the Blonde Hair," now releases "Arctic Tundra" for $750 on April.
This leaked for $750. Yo. This leaked for $750. Bro, what? This song is tough though. Like, real life, this is a tough ass song. $750, bro. Yo.
The Blonde Hair now releases "Arctic Tundra" for $750 on April 2nd, 2018, or "Bye Bye" for $700 on September.
Yo, I'm about to get mad as hell right now, shorty. I'm about to get like furious right now. We're at $700. Bye bye. Before this shit released, this shit was tough. Nigga, when this shit was a leak, I was bumping to this shit. Hit her with a bye bye, bye bye. Imagine hearing that shit when it first like leaked, my nigga. $700. What the fuck happened? This song is better than a lot of the shit that we get group bad these days. Do you think Grade A will do anything for Juice WRLD's year anniversary? Yeah, they'll probably I don't know, probably add Lil Tyler onto fucking GoPro.
November 27th, 2019. With many others in between and after, the group buys continued, remaining around under $1,000 for price. But how was the money sent from...
No issues, 800. Ducks for 8... Ducks for $800. Ducks for $800. Wow. Okay. I didn't know Ducks got leaked for that low. Holy shit. That song is tough as hell. And then with the hype of him playing like this is before he died. Yeah, this is before he died. With the hype of him playing it at shows and shit like that, they could have did more. They could have did 2 bands for this, honestly. Dark Queen? Wait, Juice has a song named Dark Queen? I'm pretty sure I listened to it, and I'm pretty sure I've heard it before, and I just forgot it.
So many people to one account without it being flagged.
All right, so I was a holder for group buys, I'd say, starting around late 2020 through probably early 2023. It started off with only Juice buys. It eventually evolved into more stuff. I did Uzi buys, a couple other miscellaneous ones as well. I ended up being the main holder that Googly / Vault of Juice would use for his buys for that time period. So the way a group buy works is a seller will come forward typically to an organizer. One example I'll use is with the Juice WRLD community, it was a little bit different. Googly was kind of the main seller. Like, a lot of communities have various sellers. A bunch of people will pop up with different songs, all backed from one guy who usually was hidden from the public. But with Googly, he was like the guy to go to. So, for example, it would be Googly going to whoever the organizer was at the time. There have been various people over the years. These people he would usually shuffle out after a certain amount of time for whatever reason.
That was the
The
song?
seller would come to this organizer, say, "Hey, I'm looking to sell
For free?
this song and then this song." Sometimes they would give a lineup, meaning an order of songs when they would be sold publicly to leak in a group buy, and say, "Hey, I want this amount." Say it's $8,000 for a song, but the organizer is the one with the rep in most cases. Sometimes the seller themselves has their own rep. Googly usually did, but sometimes the organizer only has rep, meaning they would say, "Okay, I need to make $8,000. Let's make the group buy $8,500. You as the organizer keep a portion of it. It can go to the server. Some of it can go to you," which did not happen all of the time. Not every organizer took a cut, although some did.
Understandably, if all the money was sent to one address from hundreds of people, it would be much easier to lock the account and take further action. To circumvent this, groups of people called holders would be formed with each member holding one or more payment methods like PayPal, Cash App, or cryptocurrency. That way, there was an extra step in the process, and if anyone were to get restricted, it would be the holders and not the seller. The day is December 8th, 2019. Juice Wrld passes away, and the world is shocked. People start flowing into the leak community, realizing that songs are no longer guaranteed to be released. Then, Googly leaks a song by Juice titled Sleep Paralysis for free.
Oh, it's probably one of the best times though in my life, just being a part of that community.
Yeah, he
and
leaked Sleep Paralysis.
seeing
for
how
free.
close everyone was, especially when Juice WRLD died, seeing how everyone came together and like supported everyone who was really taken back by it and really upset by his passing. And it's just, seeing the outreach from everyone is just amazing to see. So that was really good to be a part of.
It was well received in the community due to it being free and as a way of appreciating the music in a let them eat cake kind of way. This free leak brought Googly a lot of respect, putting profits aside to let the community mourn the loss of Juice in a way that brought the community together. This, in retrospect, however, was
Sleep
likely
Paralysis
an
is like a
opportunity
decent song to
taken
leak
by
after that
Googly
shit,
to
though.
gain liking with the new influx of people. And this act seemed to pay off for him because when the year 2020 came, prices rose to above $1,000 on the regular, even reaching $4,000 for a single song. Despite the increases in price, Googly achieved what he wanted. He had a multitude of songs, had the influence, and had the power. Along with the insights of his circle, he would price the songs, pushing limits each time, depending on the community's criticism of potential songs, and he would sell them. Over time,
That's crazy as fuck to see. These prices throughout this video, seeing what prices used to be, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's crazy.
depending on the community's criticism of potential songs, and he would sell them.
Spanglish for 900.
Over time, people began to be hesitant for the future of the community, given by rising prices and being sold songs that the community didn't necessarily want. But the means of song selling weren't exactly easy or simple to go against. There was a heavy, albeit silent, emphasis on conformity. Group buys had roles assigned to each individual person. Paid for those who sent money for the song to leak, pledged for those who said they would send an amount of money, and unpaid for those who haven't sent any money. Paid and pledged role holders would often receive praise and be respected, whereas unpaid role holders, especially if they remained unpaid for a while, would often be clowned.
And this is like shit that I used to always hate with them, because like not everybody has money to donate to buys, and then also it's just like, let this be about the community. Like, be positive about this shit. Like, niggas want to clown the motherfuckers not donating this shit like that. Like, niggas doing this shit for the community. Instead of this, they could be like, hey, if you don't plan on donating, could you at least share it? Could you at least like share it around, let people know and shit like that? That's a positive route to go about it. But these niggas so greedy. You feel me? It's like, it really just shows, they personality shows like the kind of people they are. You feel me? Now I can get it though. If you just join the group buy and you just sitting in that motherfucker, like, come on now, bro. Like, I get that. Like, if you gonna join, at least donate. You feel me? But, oh, bro, don't force nobody to join the damn group buy. Like, shit. Just get who you can and try to get that shit around. Simple as that.
Or labeled as leeches, or even banned from their group by offering an unban if they were to pay at minimum $5. Typically, most of the community activity would happen in these group buys, with a separate chat available to talk in, naturally encouraging people to move their conversations from the main server to the group buy server. And noticing this tendency, Googly would soon begin locking the main server from any type of discussion, removing everyone's permissions to speak in the chats, which meant that individuals had to be in the group buy to socialize and talk with one another, leading back to the paid and unpaid role situation. Regardless, this way of operating the community was successful. People would donate varying amounts and eventually songs would leak once the price was collectively reached. It's important to mention, however, that with each group buy, conformity would not only continue, but also encourage competition, seeing as to who can donate the most or one-upping each other, where people often instigated and egged on so-called GOATs who donated far more than the typical $5 donation. This would lead to peer pressure to not only donate more and more, but a community-wide expectation for subsequent group buys. This created an exciting environment to see who would donate the most and when said person would donate, but down the line, there was so much expectation of others' payments that some people would stop donating. With the rise of these GOATs, another dimension of status and clout chasing was added to the community. If an individual couldn't get access to songs, the next best thing was to be well received in the community by means of being quote-unquote for the community with large donations. Of course, this wasn't every GOAT's goal. Some genuinely just wanted to donate more for songs they really wanted and didn't care for the attention. But for many, it was a status thing. Many would attempt to leverage their status to get closer to Googly, and for some it worked, but for many it didn't. While uncommon in the early days of the community, those who did have status...
Shit, it got me my motherfucking friend request accepted. Shit. Some niggas ain't get shit. Niggas like me got the motherfucking friend request accepted.
And had Googly's respect, would sometimes be offered a private buy. A private buy is essentially a group buy, but with two controlled variables. For one, it could be a certain group or a single individual, excluding the rest of the community. And for two, the song's ownership would be transferred to the party buying the song, and Googly would have no say in what happens to it. Later on, it would turn to a business in the sense that if proof of payment was shown, some songs Googly didn't care about would just be sold to anyone as long as they had the means to pay. Remember the concept of private buys, as they will come up again. Let's fast forward to 2020. Juice's legacy was all in the hands of his management, Grade A Productions and Interscope Records, and people wondered what the next album would be. Would it be Juice's anticipated Outsiders album, finally released in honor of...
I don't know why the fuck they didn't do this, honestly. Legends Never Die was peak, great as fuck. I honestly feel like that was the best post-homeless album they ever released. They still should have came out with this though. Then they could have did their own little thing for Legends Never Die. And then wasn't the album supposed to drop that day or like the day after? Wasn't this supposed to, like, they real live seen this nigga died and took it as an opportunity to make more money? I think Googly has to be somebody from the label. He has to have worked in the music industry in some type of way. Like, you feel me? I honestly, when he got doxxed, I don't believe that's him. I don't think that's that nigga. I think that nigga somebody else. You feel me?
Juice's original wish? Would it be a separate posthumous album honoring the best of Juice's work? Nobody knew, and fans held their breath. At the same time, Googly capitalized on the mystery by providing group buys, not stopping for a new album, giving the impatient community members what they want, as well as introducing a Grail Summer, group buying the most popular songs during the summer. In turn, songs like Bad Energy, Come and Go, and others leaked via group buy. Eventually, on his Vault of Juice Instagram account, Googly would post the then supposed track list, painting the label as a lazy, profit-first entity who didn't care about Juice's legacy.
This is dead ass the playlist though, and Bibby's talking about fake. This is dead ass the playlist. Talk about fake. This is no. He talking about no, nigga. This is real.
After all, for what the community saw, they put songs that had leaked on the Legends Never Die album, and Googly showed it. As people were skeptical, they soon realized Googly had the information, and if not already influential enough, his expose on the label brought him even more support when the tracklist was confirmed to be as was posted by Googly. Like clockwork, prices would continue to rise, group buys would happen, and songs would leak.
He like got to a point where it was just kind of him at the top, and I feel like he was just controlling everything and pulling all the strings behind the scenes and everything.
What many would consider as the turning point from a community to a business of greed, a specific song was private bought and it was immediately sold back to the community. With an original price tag of $4,000, Googly Private sold a song named On Time to someone named Drew House, and less than a week later, the same buyer wanted to group buy it for $6,000, a 150% return on his investment. Despite this scalper tactic, the buy finished, and the community regretted it not long after because it set a precedent. Googly wasn't selling for what he could maximally get, and this event is what set that idea in stone for Googly. In addition, a new factor would soon arise. All of a sudden, it wasn't just the management, like Lil Bibby or Pete, nor community members, but well-known internet figures who were previewing songs that were already highly wanted. Enter FaZe Clan, specifically FaZe Sway. Despite the community begging Googly to sell a song well known as Rental or Cha-Ching, there was rarely any actual action taken.
I'm getting that
beyond
hoodie
promising
before a
the
lot
song
of
will
y'all,
come
by the way.
potentially or eventually.
Just wanted
Now,
to say
someone
that.
outside of the community had it, and the community itself felt annoyed. They had been begging for the song, and it was just handed over to someone, for a price of course. To community members, it felt like they were betrayed. All this loyalty of paying for various group buys, including songs that weren't necessarily well received by the majority, but nonetheless paid for and completed.
Damn,
to keep the
on
ball
what
rolling.
FaZe Sway?
Randomly, an out.
FaZe Sway bought Rental. See, this boy was thinking right. He was, when he was around my age, he had the money. He was thinking right. He knew what he was doing. We can't say we wouldn't have done the same. Be honest, if we had the money to do it, and we was around that age, you can't lie. We would have did the same though. You feel me? Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at on, bro.
Outsider who never spoke in the
I never
community.
knew that. That was crazy. I never knew FaZe Sway private about that shit. I never knew that. That's crazy.
He had full access and was flaunting it. By allowing this sort of partnership in a way, FaZe Sway received more viewership from fans of Juice, and the desirability and followingly the value of Rental substantially increased, especially because the song was thought to likely never release due to supposed sample clearance issues. Eventually, the song would be sold for a total of $15,000 leaking in the midst of the group buy, and to this day, some would argue it was the most hyped Juice Wrld song. Not to mention, over $8,000 was collectively donated
3 hours
within a few
non-stop?
hours. At first thought, many would consider $8,000 to be a large sum of money, so intuitively there would be plenty of money to share with those that made it possible to accumulate, especially with the risk of their accounts being permanently shut down, but
Right.
that wasn't necessarily the case.
Honestly, I mean, I was a little bit naive back then. Like, I obviously now, I'm now 21 years old. Back then I was a little bit younger. I really just wanted songs, and when they would just ask, like nowadays when they need to find a holder, they look for people who are very trusted, very backed, but back then it was just anybody who had verified payment methods. So when they asked, I just said, oh, like I have a verified Cash App, a verified PayPal, whatever. And I was like, could I help? And they were like, yeah, it would help get the songs out quicker if you helped. So I did, and eventually I got roped into it to where they would open buys, and just like even before even inviting me, like usually like Googly would send me the invites early, either to me directly or in like Juice Hub staff chat or something along those lines. They would end up setting my payment methods before I even got into the server, like just assuming that I would do it. And at that point, like, I mean, it was Googly, like he was the guy with all the songs I wanted. I didn't really want to make him mad.
Nah,
you know?
that's
Like,
wicked.
Who, even besides the songs, who knew what he was capable of?
That's
So I just
wicked,
kind of let it
bro.
ride until I couldn't anymore. I would say I definitely didn't have it as bad as most Like, there were a lot of people who had it a lot worse than I did. But I would say there were a lot of times where in every buy, um, everybody knows that there's cap counts and everything, counting money, realizing how much is left in a buy versus how many fees are charged, how much money is quote unquote lost. And by that, they could mean, oh, fake screenshots were sent, stuff like that. But I would say the main thing would be later on, when there were cap counts. These days now, they say all holders aren't responsible. Like, every community covers everything no matter what. But back then, it was like the holders were on the hook if anything was even slightly suspicious. And it seemed like nobody understood how the fees worked except for the holders. So when the holders would tell the organizers, oh, there was X amount in fees, even when they showed proof, which I did multiple times, they would say, oh, you're lying, you're taking money, because they just didn't understand how fees work. So there would be a lot of times where there would be X amount missing. Say, for example, I was sent $1,500 and I'm only able to send $1,350 because there was $150 in fees total from transferring out of PayPal into cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. And that is really how much it can be sometimes, depending on when you're transferring it, the speed you're transferring it. And I would end up being forced to pay it myself under threat of, oh, we have your real name because of your verified payment methods. We could post it. Granted, I only ever got threatened with that maybe once or twice. I was lucky enough for it to never happen to me, but other people weren't so lucky. It definitely did happen to some people, but I was definitely out a good amount of money from that. I'd say over time, over the years, it maybe amounted to over $1,000 I had to pay out of my own pocket.
Obviously, it's difficult to monopolize a market, and naturally, some people will have songs Googly also has or doesn't. A song named Boondocks, a highly wanted song, was the first in a long time that someone other than Googly was selling. It's unknown if the seller was a friend of Googly's or if Googly just wanted to get the song sold. However, at this point in time, Googly seemed annoyed. His position as the sole seller of Wrld songs was threatened. Not to mention, the seller of Boondocks was wanting to sell for $5,000 US, something Googly would likely not have sold the song for, given its desirability within the community. He would also go on to mention that he'd sell a song named Red Dead Redemption, also a song that was very highly wanted if the Boondocks group buy failed to reach its goal, adding to the visibility of his anger. Boondocks ended up reaching its goal, but Google...
Gang, what? I'm glad it still reached its goal, but that's weird as fuck, though. Y'all can't even lie, that's weird. Like, niggas should have been, like, known, like, this nigga wasn't for the community doing shit like this. Instead of getting multiple Juice songs out, y'all was like, no, fuck this Juice song, fuck his shit, come to my shit, give me your money. Like, what? That's crazy.
Adding to the visibility of his anger, Boondocks ended up reaching its goal, but Googly sold Red Dead Redemption anyways. The price of Red Dead Redemption was $10,000 US, far higher than the usual song sale. Hence, it's evident he wanted to recoup some losses incurred with Boondocks, even though he likely struck a percentage cut deal with the other seller so as to not leak the song for free for the community. Another individual that served a crucial role in the ever unbelievable for the community.
In other words, Googly would threaten to leak Boondocks or any other song that may enter the same situation if he were to not receive a percentage of the price of the song. What? This nigga is wild. Like, I promise y'all, this is the greediest shit I've ever heard. Like, I've ever seen, heard, like, ever watched. This is like the greediest shit. Like, the greed is crazy, bro.
Another individual that served a crucial role in the ever unbelievable plot of this community was someone by the name of Baller Davis III. Like before, while most failed, Baller Davis was able to enter Googly's circle, and alongside Googly, was responsible for certain actions made in handling the sale of Juice's music. Crucial to the history was a situation that happened in later 2020. A recurring event seemingly, however, was later.
I can't see that shit.
2020. A recurring event seemingly, however, was that despite constant teamwork during the selling of songs, Googly took large majorities of the cuts of money flowing in, and Baller Davis 3 soon had an idea. He would go on to create an account named Definitions, snippeting songs that him and Googly would share, attempting to sell the songs entirely for himself. This didn't last long, however. Googly soon noticed that the songs that were leaking were ones that him and Baller Davis shared, and soon, Baller Davis was thrown into the flames. Googly would go on to leak a pack of songs they both shared so as to ensure Baller Davis wasn't able to make a pack of songs they
Regardless, only no trespassing. Long gone part 2. Worth it. Late night.
both shared so as to ensure Baller Davis wasn't able to make any more money. In addition, he gatekept a song now released as Feel Alone from Baller Davis and the rest of the community, which was his most wanted song purely out of spite. Baller Davis, however, wasn't gonna go down without a fight. As an aside, Juice, making so many songs, it makes sense that some he wouldn't care to finish, to move on to the next, sometimes leaving an entire verse open, or potentially leaving it open for another artist. Understandably, one less verse means less time of Juice rapping, and therefore lower value to the community. Understandably, one
Hate the Other Side, originally known as Lonely Road, had one Polo G verse and one Juice WRLD verse, with the third left open before eventually being filled to kill the word vocals posthumously.
One less verse means less time of Juice rapping, and therefore lower value to the community. Instead of being transparent to the ever so loyal community that essentially spoon-fed them money, Baller Davis 3 and Googly both had the idea to cut said files. They did this by removing the open verses and claimed the songs were one-verse songs. While this is essentially the same thing as a two-verse song with an open verse, the community's perception still found a finished song as being more valuable than one left unfinished. Regardless, they did this and were able to sell songs for more than the community would have otherwise paid for and complained about. Baller Davis, now out of the seller's circle, decided to out Googly and explain exactly what happened and how Googly was scamming the community, which was mainly by faking the true status of the songs he was selling. Nobody at the time understood why, but did.
Since I am leaving, I'll show you the fiercely. These are just one. I can't remember all the songs yet, but the covers. Damn. The song was officially released. Makes a snip, takes past I guess then you guess that leaks it. Damn. Damn. Like, I didn't know, like, I was just gonna say that. I did not know, like, this Juice Com shit run this deep with, like, these leaks. This shit go down like a real, like, real rabbit hole, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy.
No, they were disappointed in someone so respected by many. Googly attempted to crisis manage by leaving quote-unquote the community for a bit, returning with a free song named Dismissed on Juice's death day in 2020, exactly how he did with Sleep Paralysis in 2019. Believe it or not, this worked. This was the first domino in the eventual downfall of Googly.
That's crazy, because you know what's so crazy? If y'all remember January 25th when all them songs leaked, if that shit actually would have went according to Googly's plan, he would have pulled the same exact shit and started the cycle again, bro. Like, ain't that crazy? If that shit actually would have went according to his plan, That ass, like he could have pulled the same shit, leaked the song, then just kept doing the same old shit again. Crazy.
Era began in the beginning of 2021. Group buys continued, and with the community growing larger and larger every day, in came with it what many call the crypto dudes. Because of the Bitcoin boom around the same time, they had more to spend. As a side note, you may remember the mention of Grail Summer. Typically, for these season-wide events, Googly would go live on his Vault of Juice Instagram account in a living room playing songs yet to leak, all to promote what may come in the next Grail Summer. Community members would look forward to these times, expecting their favorite songs plus more. Though it sounds like people would wait until Grail Summer, given by other tactics encouraging people to donate less, Googly would sometimes threaten the delay or canceling of Grail Summer if a group buy were to move slowly or fail, and this often worked and people consistently donated. The catch here is that Googly would use the bait and switch technique, which is a commonly used tactic in shady businesses. So imagine you're buying a car and you see an advertisement on TV, advertising a low price for a good car, but when you actually get to the car dealership, the cars just aren't there. This is what Googly would do, but with songs. So even if people donated to an otherwise slow group buy and a song was threatened to be vaulted if the buy didn't finish, it's likely that song would not have been shown regardless. Now, back to the crypto dudes. They would often enter into status through the goating route, donating large amounts to group buys, essentially proving they had a lot of disposable money, donating thousands to multiple group buys. Eventually, this gain in status would lead to private buy offers from Googly. The songs private sold were songs that weren't group bought, which, in retrospect, is likely due to him knowing that the community won't realistically want to pay the price that he'd want to sell them for. Despite this, the songs private sold remained minimal, and highly desired songs still came during the Grail Summer.
My name is Palace, bro. I'm a multi-platinum producer. Probably most known for producing for Juice Wrld, Young Thug, Migos, and yeah.
They got this nigga producer for the documentary?
For producing for Juice Wrld, Young
songs still came during the Grail Summer.
My name is Palace, bro. I'm a multi-platinum producer. Probably most known for producing for Juice Wrld, Young Thug, Migos, and yeah. Almost everybody then Travis, you know. Don Toliver, Kid Leroy, and I specialize in making loops, so full beats, only the melody parts. This is what got me into the scene.
You've produced a lot of music that has shaped what hip-hop is today. When a song leaks, how does that affect producers like you?
Bro, first of all, I love it for the community. I don't like it that they take the money out of the pocket not from me, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy that the art is out, you know, because when I die, something is still there. But the community gets drained so much, you know, 500k this song, 100k this song. Bro, if you leak it, just drop it, bro. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. But I don't like the greediness in it, you know? And always the community, oh yeah, another group buy. Bro, leak that shit. Give the art for free, bro, you know? I don't care if I make money. You remember back in the day when they said they want to drop K like a Russian? I told them, bro, I want 0, bro. 0% drop that shit.
So the producer wanted $0, didn't want no money, and they still didn't drop the song. They didn't have to pay no one. They could have kept majority of the money. He said he wanted 0. He said, fuck it, drop it. He just wanted the community to have it officially released. They still said no. He produced Designer? Damn. That's crazy, bro. Damn. Great. It's that's what I'm saying. Grade, y'all see how Grade A and Googly, they just sound to Googly, he's somebody. he's somebody, bro. Like he has to have worked in the music industry or he works directly. Y'all see how it's make like this is making too much sense between these two. You feel me? Like I don't know, man. And some of these questions or concerns will never be answered. That's the crazy part about it.
For the first time in the community, around the time Fighting Demons was first being teased, the album after Legends Never Die, people seemed to have some pushback towards Googly. He attempted to sell the song Go Hard, despite the fact that Pete, one of Juice's managers, said it was going to be on the album. No matter what Googly tried to explain, how the song isn't on the album or that it will have a feature on the album and he was selling the original 2-verse solo song, the community was split. Some trusted Googly, others didn't. And to punish the community for losing trust in him, he would again quote-unquote leave and remain in the background for the time being. Meanwhile, others were ready to step up as act-in leaders. In the community, there were two main crypto dudes, as the community called them. Daniel and Lucky 4K, also known as Cam. Both had been in the community for a while, but only started gaining notoriety in 2021. Daniel remained in the background, mostly keeping to himself, whereas Lucky 4K you couldn't say the same about. And these are the people who Googly was mainly communicating with on his leave, private selling to each. To many people, Lucky 4K seemed to seek attention and portrayed exactly how the community operated to a large extent. He liked listening to Juice WRLD leaks, but also saw value in the attention he got, in addition to having the song to listen to exclusively for himself. He would stream on Twitch and sit in Discord voice chats teasing the same part of different songs he bought over and over again, and try to do smaller scale Googly lives on Instagram as Googly himself did. He would leak songs or preview larger portions if people followed specific accounts of his.
I never actually ran the group eyes myself, I just provided.
Damn, they got this nigga on the documentary too. Hey, fool. I don't know who directly. I think his name Bingus that created this. You snapped. I ain't gonna lie, fool. He got this nigga on the documentary. He basically said like, yeah, you hearing this from me and who I'm talking about. You hearing this from the source. That's crazy.
I never actually ran the group eyes myself. I just provided like what the group eye was being the money pooled for, the song obviously. But from what I know, how they were promoted is, you know, it would be posted on my Twitter back then, or my Instagram. You know, I obviously had my following, just like Vault the Juice would, Googly. Post a Discord there, people would join.
Bro, he had to be tight with the
label. There'd be
label.
milestones. Like at the first, say a group price for 15 grand. At 5 grand, a snippet gets posted. At 10 grand, a CDQ gets posted. And then, you know, people would join the call on, make an IG live, play the song, add a certain amount of buys, donations, or however you want to call it. I would play a different part of the song. Like say a song was only snippeted to 30 seconds, I'd play after 30 seconds, etc. But yeah, just some other tactics used, just like some of the mods would like post, oh, and when this buy is done, toxic humans or whatever the calm grills are gonna leak, or Biscotti is gonna be the next group buy, and that's become a trend. They'll say like something big is coming next. The next group buy will be cheaper. Just all schemes, but I was never really the mastermind behind group buys. I participated in some. Just, you know, that's just how it was done.
Evidently, there was an aspect of wanting status, and for this, Lucky 4K wasn't very liked by the community. To many people, his efforts seemed braggy.
File folder. I've been in JuiceCom since 2021, but really, I've been listening to Juice since 2017. I've been friends with Cam since 2022. I've been a part of a lot of songs leaking, but also I've been around in the background a lot of the time. I left Com briefly in 2024, came back in 2026, January, but It's really all who I am. I've been known for mixes and masters, really.
How did you meet Kim?
Mutual friends, May 2022. I was friends with a lot of people in updates like Yash and Vra / Jacob.
And how was your relationship with Kim?
At first, it was just mutual. Like we were just all friends. We'd hang out on his server, Scat Pack. We used to just play games with him and watch him.
Why did Cam decide to spend so much on Juice's music?
So 2020, Cam goes to jail. 2021, he gets out. It's a young kid with a bunch of money, millions of dollars, doesn't know what to do with it. And he's friends with people like Derek, FaZe Rain, DJ Scheme. He's friends with all those people. And so at the time, it's just like he sees an artist he likes. He starts spending. At first, it was just a few thousand, but then as the songs became more and more expensive, it just became a bigger thing over time, where he's just spending exorbitant amounts of money in short periods.
What do you think of the hate Kim received?
I think a lot of it's unjustified. A lot of it's like people don't know the full story of a lot of things that happened, and that's partially because people like Cam and myself decided to keep a lot of it private at the time because there was no point in Com trying to understand something they would never understand.
How much would you say Cam paid Googly for music in total, roughly?
At least Googly, between Googly and Lucas, it was, because he was also buying from Lucas at the same time, so it's hard to say, but at least 250K was spent. Between Lucas, Googly, and then Shogani / there was some other kid, Soda Cup, that's his name. Mm-hmm. Between those those three people.
It's the same guy that claims.
Now, at this point in the community, information was valuable, like finding studios that Wrld recorded at, or the specific producer who produced a song, for the reasons of obtaining the song. But another thing people did look into was who someone was, and so those people decided to look into Lucky 4K. And he was secretive, but not entirely anonymous. Now, because he had access to all these songs and would donate large amounts, people questioned how he got his money and who he was. His answer was often similar to that of typical "I won at gambling" answers, in the sense he said that he invested in Dogecoin early on. Coincidentally, when his behavior stopped and he phased out of the community slowly, a news article often brought up in the community was one that involved a teenager from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It said that a teenager aged 17 was responsible for a cryptocurrency theft fraud exceeding the amount of 48 million Canadian dollars, which was the then largest crypto theft in history. Now, based on what the community had come to know of him, spending upwards of $20,000 for some individual songs, allegedly, that theft, it was him.
Damn.
Nevertheless, Lucky 4K allegedly remained on house arrest and continued his work. As a result of the limited number of songs willing to be sold by Googly, like the diamond industry, controlling the supply of songs outside of his reach, songs privately bought by Daniel and songs privately bought by Lucky 4K would be traded on the basis of respect, and with the mutual promise that the traded songs remained under the ownership of the original person who paid for them. In this sense, if Daniel sent song A to Lucky 4K, and Lucky 4K sent song B to Daniel, they both had the songs to listen to, but only Lucky 4K would have the power to sell or do anything with song B.
Yeah, a lot of it, like Cam had GoPro, and Daniel had Go Hard, Feel Alone. Like, they were genuinely friends. Like Daniel used to be in the Discord server a long time ago. Like he would be in Scat, and they would all just hang out.
It's now 2022, and with that mentioned, enter another guy named Wheat. He was a friend of Lucky 4K's and catalyzed one of the most expensive days.
The Wheat! Hey, what you got going on, bro? I can't even seriously say that shit. That's just so fucking ironic, though.
He was a friend of 22, and with that mentioned, enter another guy named Wheat. He was a friend of Lucky 4K's and catalyzed one of the most expensive days for leaks. Originally, it was thought that Lucky 4K sold a song named Sick'em, originally bought by Daniel, to this Wheat individual, which would mean that Lucky 4K violated the agreement he had with Daniel. The reality is, however, that the song was sourced from elsewhere, and this event caused an unnecessary feud between the two crypto dudes. Can you talk a little bit about what exactly happened in the leak war involving Sikkim and the other songs?
So the kid Sikkim was sourced separately through some because the engineer is KC Supreme, I believe is his name.
That's a crazy
The songs
coincidence,
were
bro.
sourced separately, except for like Brims, but Sikkim itself was sourced separately. A kid got it, and it got passed a fuck ton. I remember like Shiloh got it, and then Wheat, whoever the hell Wheat is, I still don't know who that actually is, but he had a screen recording of it. He didn't have the actual song. By time Daniel found out, like, and it was too late to explain anything to him, like, the drama started, you know, because those songs were never passed in the friend group, at least. Like, those songs were not passed around. Following that, though, after what happened on March 8th, it was, I believe, there's another girl. She had a bunch of Daniel songs, like attachments and all that stuff, and Cam got those songs from her. Like, this is so, I believe it was like March 8th, and then like 2 weeks later, like March 22nd, when Cam was on live, he had gotten all those songs, and he was like, I think that there might be a Twitch spot or a clip of it around somewhere, but Cam was like, who wants to hear attachments? And he leaked the song without even listening to it. And that was how attachments leaked. But there was like, he got all those other songs off of her, because like nothing was actually passed within those friend groups.
Wheat would go on to play the song to multiple people following the footsteps of Lucky 4K in attention seeking, except Wheat would play enough that a significant portion of the song would be previewed. The people the song was being played to were also ready for it. They would go on to record the song being played through the microphone
Yeah,
of
attachments,
Wheat,
man.
and then shortly
I gotta
afterwards,
listen to
the
that.
snippet would be leaked.
Like,
This
him
is
saying
what
that made
caused
me
the
want to just
community's
listen to that shit. I ain't gonna
largest
lie.
leak war to date. And once Daniel noticed his song being passed around, he thought it had to have come from Lucky 4K. So he went and leaked one of Lucky 4K's songs, and then it would go back and forth until they cut their losses and decided to stop.
I mean, no one feels like they're deserving of any hate. I don't remember too much back then of what hate I got, because I'm pretty good at just ignoring it, because I know I'm a real one at the end of the day. But I will say that I wasn't deserving of any of
Type
that hate,
shit.
because when it came to me and Googly, we had a bunch of terms for like song deals, bundles or whatever. He would tell me I can't group buy something, I can't sell it, I can't private sell it, to clarify, I can't play it on live, I can't snippet it, whatever. And he would price his bundles, we would negotiate based on those terms. And I always respected it, until this league war with Daniel actually happened, because I had found out that Daniel had my songs after, I was trying to call his bluff and all that stuff, because I trusted Googly. I thought he was a legit person. I'm sending him 6 figures and deals going first, no middleman. He's giving me the songs, no problem. But he ended up giving these songs to other people, and that's how Daniel got them. So that was just like, damn, that just kind of what sparked that whole, fuck it, I'm doing this, leak war, if he's got this and he's got everything type beat. So I don't believe I deserve all the hate. I know at the end of the day, I was like probably one of the realest people. And a lot of stuff got said about me that was not true. He definitely had a bunch of influence. Like, there's that whole Sikkim stuff. There's the stuff of him, his alt sending songs, selling songs, different versions to other people, making it look like I'm passing songs to my friends and they're the ones selling it. He was just a huge manipulator. He just knew how to get under your skin. He knew how to manipulate you. He knew what would work. He had a big monopoly over like the psychological standpoint on like the selling of juice music in general. But just he acted like, I don't even know. It's like some psychotic behavior that he would go through to just squeeze an extra few bucks out of the same song. But no, definitely he directly and indirectly orchestrated all that. Like not just me, between Daniel, anyone else, me and other people. Like there was times
Damn.
where
This shit been
like even the
going
more
on.
recent stuff in like 2023 with that whole like going MIA and stuff. There was that it came to light that all those alts selling those songs that I had passed to my friends mistakenly, that was just Googly using the
Low
info that
key
he had that
though,
I was
I am enjoying this more.
passing songs. and
That's
then
not
making
crazy to
alts
say.
and
I'm
making
low key
me
enjoying
turn
this
on my own
documentary more than the
friends.
You
HBO.
have people like Googly like fueling the fire between both of them because he knows both of them are buying songs and they're gonna leak it on each other, and then after that they hate each other. So it's like there's been multiple times at least where like in 2022/2023 I tried to like get a conversation between them, but the bridge was so far burned because Daniel believed what Googly said. Obviously that's not true anymore, but there's not really a way to contact both of them anymore to try to make things any better.
In terms of value
Damn.
paid between the two crypto dudes, the value of the songs collectively exceeded $200,000 with prices at that time. A similar event between the two had happened not long before, but not to this extent. Eventually, Lucky 4K stopped receiving as much attention through being more careful
Just
and
drop
phased
my
out of
wood,
the
shawty.
community. And later articles said he stole even more cryptocurrency and spent a year in jail in the US, allegedly,
Damn.
assuming it was him. Prices would continue to rise even more for some songs because Googly didn't have to sell to the community anymore. He could just sell to the crypto goats and it made more sense for him.
Private bars charge higher prices, charge fair prices to keep people happy. Crypto goes keeps it. Song leaks to the public. 30 song team, which is what song no one knows. Damn.
Googly would make more money, the crypto goat could keep the song to himself, and the song would remain exclusive.
I think it's more or less also the fact that he knew Cam would pay. He knew that he would want this song or want that song. But Google would also, as the prices were going up, so were these like quote unquote restrictions. Like he was sold split it, what's it called? Wait for me, split 808 freestyle, whatever it's called. He was sold that song with like
Split with me, what the fuck?
like the restriction that he can't preview it.
What the fuck is he talking
And
about?
so like Google took advantage of a lot of that stuff, knowing he had the money to buy these songs. Like he would buy a song and be like, "All right, you got to pay 10K more to preview it."
Now, moving on, increasing in popularity in the years following among community members were song sessions. In these, the entire project folder of a song was included, the beat or instrumental, different mixed versions of a song, and all used and unused vocal takes. Some people never saw the value in these, especially for songs
we starting to get
but
to
others
this
saw
part.
it
I was
as an
waiting to get to this
opportunity
part.
for more talented
I ain't gonna
individuals
lie.
to play with the sessions like Legos and create completely separate songs using real scrapped vocals. Some sessions would contain almost 20 minutes of scrapped vocals, and some would only contain a few bars. And like songs,
Bro, that's
sessions
a
would
lamb
also
truck.
increase in price over time and be dependent on
Or
the song.
probably like a
Typically,
Lambo or
the most
something.
positively viewed sessions were those that allowed fan-made completions of songs that Juice had originally left with an open verse. These sessions are also the sources for a lot of fan-made edits on various social media platforms such as Outer Space or 734 15-minute edition, which are fan-made and have no connection to Juice's management.
Hi. I'm Marky, or Mark, you can call me whatever you want.
What was this?
I was pretty well known for my instrumental remakes and mixing and mastering for the unreleased short community. Okay, so STEM edits are really funny. Juice WRLD was... Everyone knows that Juice WRLD was a killer in the studio. He'd go in, rap over the same beat multiple times, and then pick out the song that he liked the most, and then that would be the song that releases. However, a lot of those songs that were not used on the final beat, they're good songs, and there's a lot of good takes. And the leaking community, they'd release these, or they'd leak the studio sessions that from when he recorded. And in those sessions, we have those takes of those songs that he either didn't finish or that he didn't like. And producers in the community would make beats in the same tempo and key signature to the original beat from the session, and then they piece together the song or like the unused takes into an actual song. Like a couple really famous ones was Violence. I remember that one was huge. It was like, oh my goodness, it's like an actual song, but no, it's just a stem edit. I think the song Sometimes. And one that I personally like have had my hand in was Out the Blue, which I've done with an engineer that I knew, and Down Bad was one where I personally produced the beat. I think I've also posted on like one of my YouTube channels where it shows how I made the beat for that. But yeah, stem edits are really neat. I really like the fact that he would have had so many songs, and we could just make more songs that we've like never heard of just on new beats. And it's definitely a very interesting concept that I've never really seen with any other artist whose music has leaked or sessions.
Wow.
Alongside the increase in popularity of sessions were OG
Crazy.
files, short for original, which really meant unaltered studio music files. And to really capitalize on this, Googly, ever since the Baller Davis situation, was altering the files, renaming the songs to believable names, and also compressing the quality of the song by limiting sampling rate and converting to lower quality files with lower bitrate capacities. Without going into science too deeply, essentially the songs would sound lower quality and without as much depth. Weirdly enough, even though it's widely known that Googly did this file altering for a lot of the GroupBot songs, it wasn't questioned. People probably didn't have that much hope that Googly would do anything to satisfy the community for free. This probably is why OG files grew in popularity. They'd be able to hear the song how it was made with no changes.
Hi, I'm Dweller.
Hear the song how it was made with no why OG files.
Yeah, it felt more like Juice sung it to you. There was no sampling from Google, and I felt like it hit harder. Oh, bro, them wave files be hidden, shorty. The wave files be hidden.
Files grew in popularity. They'd be able to hear the song how it was made with no changes.
Hi, I'm Dweller. I've been in comm since 2020. I'm most known for being particular with when songs were recorded and the files associated with certain songs. I've spent a lot of my own personal money on studio files, or we call them OG files. These are files that are exported from the session primarily, and there's a lot of nuance here, but one of the most important things about them is they give us a clue to when songs are recorded, and they also paint a fuller picture of any artist, not just Juice, but obviously this is important to Juice. They started off not really being highly sought after, especially earlier in comm, because there was less demand for them. But as, you know, after he passed and as comm goes on, there's a lot of, you know, they're very sought after now. And with the recent, I'd say past few years, that price tag has gone up exponentially, and most people don't care or know much about them, and that's fine, but they attribute to a higher quality, a higher sound experience, and like I said, they give clues to when songs are recorded and other information. Well, there's a lot left, like tons left, hundreds left even. But in reality, we're probably going to see them slow down as far as leaks go, and probably are going to see bigger price tags on them than ever before, because comm is slowing down a lot. We're going to see less and less. But these files are very important.
At this point in time, in 2022 and 2023, songs weren't around $1,000 usually. They were around $10,000 each. If not already annoying to the community, who is still very loyal to Googly, he priced his songs increasingly high, and group buys began to slow down and actually failed to reach their price, something unheard of a few years ago. A group buy for a song named Fenty actually ended up taking an entire month to finish, which was very unlike the past, where thousands would be donated within the span of hours. Gone were the days like that of Rental.
That Fenty Sessions, whatever the original is for that shit, that has made you know how many songs is made out of these different sessions? They made a lot of money with that one. I ain't gonna lie. They made a lot of money with Fenty. There's so many session songs from that same beat. Whoa, what?
where $8,000 was donated in a few hours. A change in community attitude was evident, and people started to withhold their donations unless it was a song they liked or knew would lead to a song they wanted in the subsequent group buy planned. This decrease in donations could be attributed to a variety of factors. For one, songs were just expensive. Community members couldn't justify the prices, especially for songs they didn't care
Bad
for.
Day for
two, the
8,500
song's
is
price
wicked.
wouldn't be worth the price, as sometimes after a loss on Googly's end, some costs would be silently included in lesser liked songs, and Googly would refuse to compromise. For three, many songs previewed for Grail Summer would also be privately sold, while in past years this became more apparent when less and less Googly Live songs had a group buy made, and people would wonder what happened to those songs and why they haven't been sold yet. And for four, in the same vein as the third reason, songs privately bought would often be passed among people, and in many cases a group buy would be made and the song would just leak midway into the group buy, and there often wouldn't be any refunds. So all these factors made donating unappealing and over time killed the momentum that the community once had. Would you say leak culture was a good thing or a bad thing overall?
Good thing. Art needs to get out, bro. Grade A will. Bro, look how many songs there are from Juice. Do you really think Grade A would put everything out, bro? Like, for example, I told you before the interview, I listened to Benjamin like 20 times today. Bro, without leakers, I would, I couldn't enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? I couldn't like enjoy the art. So it's a good thing, in my opinion. But like, not the group buys and the greediness. Like, just, bro, get the file from somebody, hack them, bro, and just put it out, bro. Have fun with it,
I hope Grade A watches this documentary. I really hope they do. Maybe this will be a realization or like a eye opener for them. This is the producer talking. Multiple platinum plaques. He said it took leakers for him to enjoy that song. He said without the leakers, he wouldn't have been able to enjoy it like how he can. That's crazy. I don't know what's with that label and what's wrong with them. I don't know at this point. It's like I'm kind of at the point where it's like I have enough Juice WRLD songs to listen to without really getting tired of listening to him. And I'm at the point like if something comes, it comes. If nothing doesn't, like, you feel me? To me, it's like I got enough for now. Like, if something comes, because it's just like I'm not gonna keep on putting my energy and trying to get some shit when these niggas is bullshitting. They really, once I really got into that realization that the label don't care about us, nor does the motherfucking leaders of this calm and shit, I'm like, bro, fuck am I giving a fuck about this shit then? Like, shit, I got enough songs. Like, shit, some come, you feel me? Yes, I do still want racks very badly, but unless a big amount of money go around this motherfucker, we ain't getting it.
Share the art, bro.
And what would you say is your opinion on leakers and people like Googly?
Bro, when like, I think like at the end, because then the AI shit started, and I think like the greediness got too high, bro. I think they're living like a too high of a standard, bro. Like, be happy that you make a couple mil, bro, and like enjoy, bro. Like, why you want to get more and more, bro? And like greediness is like such, bro. It's so disgusting, bro. And I needed to learn it myself, bro. I had like this back then, like this thing with Gumboy, and me and Gumboy are buddies now. You know what I mean? Like we trying to get a crypt together and start streaming together. But back then it was my greed that destroyed the relationship, bro. Look, bro, I got at home like 7 watches. I'm right now in Berlin, bro. Do you see I'm rocking anything, bro? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's gone, bro. The materialistic is gone. And I think this guy was so deep down into this shit, like that he wanted more and more, bro. But if you have money for a long time, you're gonna see that like you don't, you know, materialistic stuff is nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
Another factor that was unknown to many people was Googly's lack of honor towards the hands that fed him. In many cases, he would go behind the backs of those who bought songs and would double sell his supposed exclusive music. That way, two people would pay full price for a song thinking only they had the leak ownership to it, causing confusion among those that bought the song but double the profit for Googly.
So I am Sub, like a member of the Juice WRLD.
Damn, that my boy Sub.
For Googly.
So I am Sub, like a member of the Juice WRLD, I guess like unreleased community or whatever. I guess I'm known most for like donating to group buys and stuff like that, and buying some smaller things like OG files and whatnot to leak. And yeah, I guess that's what I'm most known for. I'm not like some of the other crazy buyers buying songs and whatnot. I just kind of stick to the lower tier stuff, but still cool stuff for the community. And yeah, just donating to buys, helping with buys in recent times, stuff like that. Yeah, so essentially what happened was Sharky's a member of the community who had at that point been known for footage. He hit me up saying he has an opportunity to get a song from not the person who owned it, because this was a song that had been sold already, but from someone he knew otherwise. And so I decided that would be a cool opportunity to, I guess, get the song out for the community, because the person that had it was just going to hang on to it for an indefinite amount of time. So we decided to go ahead and try to lock in this deal. Right. And we approached somebody who is known for like helping with buys and stuff. So we thought if we get it, we could set up a buy for it through them. But then what they did is they went to somebody associated with Googly and essentially snitched that this person was trying to sell the song. And so then what happened is that person threatened or like blackmailed, I guess, the seller not to not sell it, but to split the profits with Googly and this other guy.
Wow.
And so that was a bit of a red flag at the time. And then the seller backed out, and eventually they agreed to sell it, and then it was sold to us.
Right.
And in a couple weeks, we were going to set up a buy for it ourselves, not with the help of anybody else. And we ended up doing that, and I think the day before it ended up leaking from our buy, Googly had sold it again to a third person. So he sold the same song 3 times, essentially, because he got some of the money from like our initial private buy. And I guess that's about it. It was just a weird situation like that, how it was like, obviously we bought it, we knew it was like an already sold song, but we didn't know that Googly was getting any of the money at the time. This is all like in retrospect. And yeah, so we sold the same song to 3 different people, and essentially like 3 times his profits on one song.
Damn.
Yes, so me and some colleagues were approached to buy certain songs and sessions that have been obtained from someone else other than Googly. We were going to buy these songs, but I ended up backing out because the whole ordeal seemed sketchy. And it turns out that Googly had acquired these songs from the sellers and was gonna go behind their backs and sell it to us for cheaper, just so he can make money off of it instead of them making the money.
They would sell stuff under each other's names. So like, if Googly didn't want a song tied to his name, he'd run it through Shirgani.
Googly would pull a list of tactics throughout group buys that encouraged donations over the years, and they worked, but the inevitable cannot be avoided.
Throughout the buy, sometimes only at the very end, they would do something called a cap count. A cap count itself would be all the holders coming together, usually in a private chat with only the holders and the group buy organizer. And it would be each holder reporting exactly how much money they had in their account. Granted, this was before fees, which is where this issue usually stems from. So they would say, okay, I have $1,500 in my PayPal account. They count that toward the cap count in the middle of the buy. They count it up, say it's $300 less than the total. Okay, 300 cap, run it up. That's usually what they would say. But in the beginning, when maybe the sellers and the organizers rep weren't so high, they would tell the holders to cover it if it was a small enough quote unquote amount. So that is where that would stem from me needing to pay some out of my own pocket because they didn't have it. So in their mind, I had it. I had to use my mom's name to verify my PayPal. And to this day, because of that, she's banned from PayPal and she can't use it. So this is an adult now. Like, I'm 21. I immensely regret this because like my own mother can't use PayPal because I was an idiot as a kid, like just wanting songs from my favorite artist. After verifying it under her name, I was able to withdraw it, and I either sent the money directly to Googly or they took it off of the price of one buy that I held or something. But regardless, that money he did get back, but it was at the cost of my mom's PayPal. And on top of that, something similar also happened with my cousin with Cash App. So that's two of my family members that are permanently locked out of payment methods that most people in the world use, that because I was an idiot as a kid helping people move money that seemed fake but was very real. Damn. They can't use it anymore.
Any holder, at least with my experience, that is not paid is definitely paying themselves. I will tell you that firsthand. I definitely took some cookies out of the cookie jar. But, you know, I'm going to come out and say I did buy a couple dinners for me and my girlfriend at the time. But, yeah, my experience, aside from, you know, that aspect, I had a Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal collapsed, and I was, like, blacklisted from Venmo and Cash App, and so I had to switch banks, you know, holding for Group Eyes for probably 6 months, if I had to guess. If BTC went down, that would be cap.
It was only up until ever so recently that they took into consideration of crypto dropping as cap count.
So eventually, just like anybody would, I got sick of it. As the buys went, and the ones that went more smoothly, I would just start taking little bits at a time to make up for the money that I lost. In the end, it was all going back to the same corrupt guy from stuff that he didn't even have a right to be making money off of. And he was making millions while I was a high school kid who was dishing out hundreds of dollars at a time. At one point when I was younger, my dad had given me $210 to put in a savings account, and I had to empty it in order to pay people.
It's a widely accepted fact that Juice Wrld was one of the best freestylers the hip-hop genre has ever encountered, among artists and fans alike. As of this documentary's release, over 1,000 unique songs by Juice Wrld have been leaked, and a large majority of them were made in the 3-year span between 2017 and 2019. Before I continue, please note that this is all alleged and don't take this for fact. Evidence will be shown for claims, and it is on the viewer's discretion what to make of this. Knowing that most of these leaks were as a result of Google.
When niggas gotta say some shit like that, they finna say some shit. when a person gotta say something like that, they finna really, hey fool.
He must really have been on top of information and fortunate with obtaining music that hasn't been leaked, one might think. Well, in the past maybe, but the sad reality is deeper than you might think, and might shift the paradigm of the community's idea of the label. According to a source not directly in Googly's circle but within his moderation team, was that Googly was in a voice call with a small group of people, close circle and those just outside of it included, and he mentioned a particular detail.
Alright, so this was around April or May 2020, probably in April if I had to guess. I was in a call with some staff members from Juice Hub at the time, and I heard that pretty recently Googly had DM'd a group chat like full of all his boys, like not all the staff in Juice Hub, but like his inner circle, and he had said, like, dude, I just got like the best source that we could ever imagine, and like he literally just asked, what are you guys' grails? Like, can you imagine being asked that? And so after that, you know, Grail Summer 2020 happened, and, you know, I wasn't in this chat or whatever, but that was kind of the moment, I think, there was, I guess, one night where Googly made a connection that changed everything.
If true, Googly no longer had to look for potential targets who had worked with Juice in the past. After all, he could just source them from one individual. But who exactly was this source? People come and go in the work world and don't necessarily always stick around. So either Googly was making a large exaggeration, or this had to have been someone very close to Juice, constantly with him, who Juice trusted enough to share all his music with. Regardless, the Googly statement was taken at face value and it wasn't questioned. Blinded by the excitement that the group's favorite songs would be heard in full, Googly had everything. This, however, wasn't the full truth, because in multiple instances, Googly would attempt things known as force leaks. Essentially, group buys would have word get out, and in some rare cases, someone with the song being group bought would hear and attempt to prevent Googly from making any money off of it. Two well-known examples of this within the community were for a song named In My Arm and Listen to This If You're Lost, better known as Toxic Humans. In My Arm was a song made for Starfire, Juice's ex, when they dated in 2018. Googly did not have access to this song, but noticed an opportunity when Starfire leaked a song named Whip in the midst of a group buy, a song Googly did actually have. Pretending to continue business as usual, Googly set up a group buy for In My Arm, and Starfire fell for it, leaking the song when in reality he didn't have it.
Damn.
As for Toxic Humans, it was more of a shot in the dark,
goofy
but
as
nevertheless attempted by bundling the song with one he actually did have to add credibility to the group buy. Now, eventually, Googly did gain access to Toxic Humans, but at that point, he didn't. So, what does this all tie? Googly did gain.
Before the group was set up, a few day-long incident between Googly, the community, and producer and audio engineer Chris. Let's look at many songs, essentially all of the studio sessions. Have just among these songs, sessions, Toxic Humans should have been present on these songs. And I have was Toxic Humans. It's believed that Googly was testing to see if he would go against the likely agreements the two had prior. The council is innocent, has since been lost on the internet. The likely existence somewhere in this hard drive. Hence, do not take this as a fact, but the rumor spread around. Damn.
Gain access to Toxic Humans, but at that point, he didn't. So, what does this all tie into? Were these one-off songs that were specifically made for someone like In My Arm, or did the source Googly mentioned come into Juice's daily life later than when those songs were made? At the end of the day, the community just wanted the songs and didn't care for how Googly got them. For all they knew, he was just really good at finding and getting into song vaults, and if anyone did wonder, it was anyone's guess. Until
close friends.
Someone noticed a pattern in a lot of the music files that would leak. In the more obvious patterns, some music files would contain ML mix in the name. This alone wouldn't say much.
Hey
since
man,
a lot of
they
songs
getting it.
Also had
he getting into it for real.
of the music files that would leak. In the more obvious patterns, some music files would contain ML mix in the name. This alone wouldn't say much, since a lot of songs also had NM in the name, standing for Nick Mira, a producer who commonly worked with Juice. More subtle patterns, however, would reveal that songs that didn't even have ML mix in them had a specific file origin. The community had conspiracies that Googly buys songs off specific file.
What is this though? Like Pro Tools. So you can just go into like this shit and still see. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Origin. The community had conspiracies that Googly buys songs off of people from within Juice's management in the past, and the idea lived on kind of like a fairy tale that people can choose to believe or not. But who that was a question nobody could prove. What really solidified the community's idea of who it might be were the few instances in which songs were suspiciously bounced. Bouncing is essentially exporting a song from the software used to make it. Take for example a song named Baked Up or Your Mom. Chris Longfilms, Juice's videographer, shared a video of Juice recording the song which circulated among community members with Maxlord working on the song in the same room as he was the audio engineer. The video eventually ends up being posted to the wide majority of community members on December 20th, 2023, and the leaked file lists the date that it was exported as December 24th, 2023, only 4 days after the snippet was available publicly. If Googly had access to all songs, he'd likely have it from the very beginning and wouldn't need to bounce anything. So why would the song have that date? Although nothing was clearly 100% incriminating and confounding variables might exist, the evidence at minimum suggests something suspicious, and who is at the center of it? Maxlord, Juice's own audio engineer. And this wasn't just the community's thoughts. Pete...
We knew this though, like... we knew this though, but it's kind of like... It's kind of glad this shit is finally getting out there for real.
Maxlord, Juice's own audio engineer. And this wasn't just the community's thoughts. Pete, one of Juice's managers, also thought the same, as well as Ski Mask the Slump God, of whom also has his songs engineered by Maxlord.
About the Maxlord situation, we're figuring it out. I'm talking to Pete and my manager. Something's gonna be done about that.
I wish it was different.
Yeah, bro. It's not them. It's Maxlord. It's crazy. It's crazy how much Juice did for this nigga. Brung him everywhere. Never made him pay for anything. In free houses, you're getting paid to record songs. You're living in a big ass mansion. You get to do whatever the fuck you want. Free drugs from Juice. Like, and then you go and leak this nigga's whole fucking discography and legacy for some fucking money. This nigga has no morals. No morals.
Crazy.
Shit. And then that's basically just selling your legacy, selling your own legacy, because now nobody's gonna fuck with you in the music business. And it's just like selling your soul for money as much as everybody's done for that nigga. Me on top of that, me too. And his family's rich too. That's another thing. Like, nigga's an idiot. Bro. His family, bro. Max Lord's family is.
That's one thing I didn't understand though. Like,
always the rich kids, bro.
No action.
This nigga was rich regardless. So it's like you really didn't need the money. Like, it's like it was on some greedy shit for real. It's crazy, bro.
It's always the rich kids doing some slimy shit.
Weird ass shit. Yeah, but come on, bro. What was the whole point of you doing music in general then? If you don't care about your own legacy, like, in the music business, then what was the point of you doing music? You know what I mean? Like, if your family's rich, then what the fuck was the point of you doing any of that shit? Just to sell all his music. You know what's crazy? The leaker told me, because I talked to him personally, the leaker told me he spent over $3 million in crypto on Juice WRLD leaks.
Jesus.
$3 million. They bought that song with me and Juice on it, Compromise, for $105,000.
$105K.
$105K, bro. It wasn't even a group buy. It was one nigga that bought it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, one crypto nigga. Insane. Like, my thing is, it's like, bro, you make that much money on crypto. Why the fuck are you even spending that much money on it? I mean, I guess he's just that rich. He don't give a fuck.
Lies are told every day on the internet,
crazy,
but
though.
he believed that Kyro's
105K.
11th Dimension album in 2024 leaking prior to its release, plastered with ML Mix on the file names. Now, the sudden bouncing of songs like Baked Up and Ski's album in 2024 leaking suggests either Maxlord has little to no security on his accounts, or the more likely ongoing corrupt operation of selling music he can get his hands on. As mentioned before, it's easier than ever to prevent hackers from accessing accounts, so why was his name popping up in not only Juice files only he had access to, but as well as other artists? So one may wonder what exactly this information is relevant for in terms of shifting how we see the label. If you found yourself invested in Legends Never Die when it released, you might recall that many complained that it was an album full of leaks.
One thing that was interesting to me at the time, looking back, that I actually never noticed at the time, was that we were all so mad when L&D had straight leaks on it, and it never really occurred to anyone, at least that I can remember, that the album songs were all sold in early 2020, if not Grail Summer, weeks before the album. I don't remember exactly when the track list leaked, because if I'm correct, I believe Vault of Juice leaked that. Damn. But even after the track list leaked...
I didn't know this. Like, around this time, when I heard Legends Never Die for the first time, I wasn't tapped into this. So, like, I real life heard every single one of those songs for the first time. That ass. I think. Yeah, I think, then that every one of those songs I heard for the first time, because I wasn't tapped into the com or nothing like that, you feel me? I ain't really started getting tapped in until, like, I really started this YouTube shit for real. Oh, bro.
I wasn't a part of it. They were still selling songs from the album, and we were buying them. And I just, looking back, like, that was so stupid. And I mean, you could, there's no proof in the pudding here, but I just find it very convenient that all the songs on LND were sold in early to summer 2020, and the leaked track list didn't even have Stay High, Screw Juice, all of these leftovers that I would assume they threw on there at the last minute because everything leaked. So that's just some food for thought, I guess.
Max Lord himself had self-admittedly engineered all but 2 songs on the album, as well as choosing the songs on it. When Googly said he got a source, the time was around April to May 2020, a few months before the release of Legends Never Die. Assuming Googly got Max Lord as a source at the beginning of the month of April 2020, why were so many group buys around that time for songs on the album? In this screenshot, Max Lord says he was working on choosing the songs for the album. Was it a big coincidence that Googly sold the exact songs that were going to be on Legends Never Die, or did Googly know what Max was going to do? Why did Max select songs that were recently leaking? These are all questions to consider, and not to mention, he was threatened by the label in March of 2020, only a month before allegedly partnering with Googly. At what point is a coincidence no longer a coincidence?
If you go out on the street in like LA or somebody, and there's somebody doing the fence dance, on fentanyl, bro, you can't just point the finger on him and like say, yo, he's a fucking drug addict. There's something happened, bro, that made him to be this drug addict. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what people are going through, bro. So, and that's the thing with Max. Max is like clearly like not telling everything. So, bro, I don't know, bro, but I think it's the wrong thing for the community to like just point the finger on one guy and say, bro, you are the one that that leaked everything. You're the one who fucked it up. So,
but just as much as one can speculate that it's indeed Max Lord selling the music, one has to consider his background. Max Lord is a very established and well-connected audio engineer and comes from a wealthy family. His parents own millions of dollars in real estate, and while it was mentioned that some producers or engineers would sell the music they made with Juice, it's important to consider their financial situation.
okay, first of all, I think he doesn't need the money. So, that's a weird situation because, like, I know everybody points their finger at Max Lord, but actually, bro, I know, like, I have some infos that, like, he's doing very well, and he will do very well without even making music, like, family related. I'm not going too far into it. So, for me, it feels weird, bro. Like, bro, it's like, does he get blackmailed? Like, or, like, did Grade A piss him off, like, to that crazy point that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, it doesn't feel natural that like Maxwell would like go out and like sell it for Bitcoin and like keep selling it for Bitcoin. I think there's like something that like somebody has against him. Maybe if it's coming from Maxwell, I don't know. Like I don't know like the whole leaker community and how it happened. I know that like they have session projects that clearly are like from Max Lord's PC. But how the fuck it happened and like I don't know if he needs the money, bro. So for me this situation is super weird. If I would guess, I would put like 50-50 on blackmail or 50 on greed. You know what I mean? If I would do a coin flip. So either it's greed or like blackmail. But like as somebody who was
And
with
you know
him
what's
and
so
somebody
crazy? It might be blackmail. That's what's crazy. It might really be blackmail. Cause like when you really go into the account and you really think like, why would Max do this? But it's just like, nigga, what the fuck do they got on you though? Like that's the whole thing. What does this nigga Googly have on you though? And then if he really had something on you, why is he paying him for the songs? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, realistically, it make more sense for greed, but then it's like when you go into, if you try to go into this morally, like, morally, it's just like he could be being blackmailed, but it's like, what could like really what could it be though? Like to that extent where like I don't know, man. Bro's being the fuck, bro.
We chilled with him, and actually had conversations with him, bro. I don't know, bro, if he's the villain. I don't know if he's the villain. I actually don't know, bro, and I don't want to believe it too, because he was around with Juice so much, and like so many people trust him. Like he had this mobile setup to like record, and I know everybody called him in LA to pull up, and bro, it seems weird, bro. I don't know. I give it 50-50, bro. You never know how much greed people have, but you don't know like the situation behind, bro.
Despite this economy of unreleased music generating a lot of illegal income, Maxlord had many reasons not to sell Juice's
damn.
music or ski mask the Slump Gods. For one, he was good friends
He
with
tapped
Juice,
in
and
for real.
for two,
He
he's
talking
already
in the
well
Discord
off, and
comms?
relatively, engaging in this trade would only be marginal for him. And for three, he has a reputation of being a skilled engineer, so against all odds, why would he do this? For some time, we likely won't know, but understanding Googly's tendencies to instigate and break relationships apart among those he works with, it's likely Maxlord feels pressured to do so by the reason of blackmail.
I hope one day we know, but like from as of right now, we can't. We can't blame one guy or like one situation. There must be something behind it. And I hope we're gonna find out, it's gonna be one of the last things.
Have you ever been approached for songs in the past?
Yes, it happened to me, but like I never had songs. I never had songs. I had beats and stamps and the melodies. And bro, the thing was, most of the things were already in loop packs from me, on Selfie. So you could obtain like original Juice WRLD like samples for like 9.99 because they were like in loop packs, and I didn't even know that those songs existed. And like some people came to me for specific beats and put me a price tag on it. The thing is, bro, if you actually know how much producers are getting and stuff, bro, I think 99% of the people who got asked a good amount gave it, but not songs, bro. For me personally, not songs. If I had songs, I wouldn't give it out. Really honest. Only if I knew, okay, the party never ends. Deluxe comes out and Grade A says it's over. I would give it out for free. I would put it on SoundCloud under different alias and put it out for free. But when it comes to like buying songs off me, no. But beats, melodies, yes, I did it, bro. I did it for sure. I did it in the loop packs, bro. I did it on my Selfie, 9.99, bro. Somebody asked for a beat specifically, yes, I did it, bro. But like,
damn,
that's the reality, bro. You know what I mean? We never got paid anything. We never get paid anything, and we are unsure if anything comes out, bro. The only thing that I know is that K Like a Russian will come out. You know, but like Designer,
he not even getting that.
still
He not
nothing.
even
Like,
getting
you know
another
what I
one.
mean? And Designer, the melody of Designer, was in a loop pack for 9.99. Also, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, most producers take the money because they're like, bro, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of money. Where in my opinion, where it's
Oh, bro.
unethical is
I
when they
definitely
have
agree
full
with that.
songs or
Because that's really
sessions.
just his shit.
This is where myself I put like the line. Okay, this is something I would not sell, but this is something I would release, not under my name, but like on a different alias. If the last album, Party Never Ends Deluxe, drops and this song isn't on there, and we all knew it's never gonna come out, and I had the song, I would put it out for free. No group buys, no fucking bullshit, just free. But yeah,
Damn.
I'm guilty also on selling beats and melodies. In one part, I just had it in a pack and on Selfie. In one part, yes, somebody asked me specifically, and yes, I sold it.
Now, group buys are going very slow, and many of the original members are moving on in life, with new ones.
Not gonna lie though, like bro just said in the chat, you can't be mad at him for that though. Like he really was just selling his own shit, and he ain't getting paid or nothing. You feel me? So it's like nigga gotta eat. At least he eating off his own shit. Maxwell, he selling everything. Nigga, the sessions. I'm telling y'all, Outkast, that song is coming soon. Trust me. I'm telling you, that shit is coming. I'm telling you, that shit. Watch, it's gonna come. That random ass snippet gonna come. That shit is coming. Trust me. I'm telling y'all, Outkast, like, come on now. There's no way y'all know that footage is raw as hell. There's no way you don't think that nigga's gonna get it. He's getting it for sure, 100%. Or already got it, or already done had it. You feel me?
Taking their place, but it won't ever be the same. Repeat donators would think to themselves, what's the point of donating when most of the songs are being passed among the same group of members and they eventually leak? With the crypto goats taking the front stage of the community and Googly taking a step back from the limelight, it's likely that this thought is exactly what Googly wanted in the community. After all, he did want to be known as the only reputable source, and if a song leaked, the crypto goats would pay him more for another song, and even if a song didn't leak, people would only pay if the group buy was run by or endorsed by Googly. Regardless, at a certain point, the supply has to reach a low point, and the question of whether to stop or to get creative comes up. For now, he decided to stop and think. Meanwhile, the community got creative.
I'm Sharkies. I run Footage Hub, friends with Chris Long. I've been doing group buys and footage, basically posting footage for the community. So basically, the footage I deal with is what Chris Long spent the 2 years of his life recording Juice, and me and him became friends. So I started, buying footage off him for the community, and I just post it, run the social medias, and just make sure the community is always enjoying new Juice Wrld media. So I do sell footage as well to make some money so I could provide more stuff to the community as well. But yeah, I tease stuff on, like, I run the TikTok and YouTube, so I'll post short TikToks with like unseen clips on Twitter as well. Honestly, it impacted it more than I thought it would, because when I first bought footage, April of 2025, it was of the song Time, and that song wasn't previewed for 5 years before. It hasn't been previewed for 5 years. I was the first person to preview that song, and then a month later, the actual song ended up being sold, and the same sequence kept repeating. I would preview footage, and the song would get sold. And now, fast forward to this year, every footage that I basically bought of a song, all those songs were sold and leaked. So now the community gets to enjoy the footage and the music along together. When I first started, I built up a nice client base that have been returning to me.
I don't know why I'm reacting like this. It's like I knew this shit, but it's like I'm just glad this shit finally really getting out. Because a lot of people don't really know this shit. Because a lot of people, like a lot of Juice fans, not tapped into Discord, so they wouldn't really know about what really goes on into that shit. I'm just glad this shit finally getting out.
Where
I should have streamed this shit on TikTok too. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Fuck it though.
Sell them footage, and usually the crypto people that buy the songs aren't interested in it. That was a problem at first. It was basically I would preview something, and then they didn't really like what I was doing with the footage. I don't really understand why. I guess Googly or whoever was mad, but at the beginning it was a little hard to sell stuff because of what people were spreading, but now that the scammers and everyone is gone, it's been pretty nice. Yeah, so I'm able to sell footage way easier now.
Evidently, these footage sales and leaks complicated the plans of sellers, and the supply ran shorter and shorter, even with songs that were once completely unknown to the public. That might have been personal keepsakes for Googly. Clearly, the source of income that has been feeding Googly for almost 7 years is starting to shrivel up. Like buying Pokemon cards or celebrity autographs off of eBay, you need to know what to look for, and even then, sometimes a chance has to be taken in hopes of receiving the real thing you were trying to buy. As with any falsifiable good, scams will exist, and unreleased music is no stranger to that aspect of business. Over time in the community, it should be obvious that Googly was trying to set his reputation as the person to go to when buying, and that there would be a high chance of being scammed if the sale was not through him. And this was true for the time being. There were many members of the community that would fake having songs and try to mix and master snippets of songs and advertise them for sale as if they genuinely had those songs. And people would fall for this, but soon the scam was harder to pull off when buyers knew to only believe snippets with portions not included in any currently available snippets, or in other words, parts of the song that weren't leaked yet. Without a real chance to scam, some would get creative and buy sessions. That way, not only could they potentially extend a well-remastered snippet with unused vocals from a completely different song, but could also create a completely new song with the session that has yet to leak. This is what's called a stem edit, which was briefly mentioned earlier, where unused vocals are made into a completely separate song without the approval or guidance of the artist or their team.
It also kind of sucks because sometimes people who are holding unreleased songs would post clips of stem edits. And they'd be like, oh yeah, this is a new song. And it just tricked everyone, and sometimes they'd pay a ridiculous price only for it to just be a stem edit, not an actual song.
Depending on the skill of the person who made the song and the vocals' compatibility with each other, some songs would be more believable while others not so much, and the believable ones genuinely sounded real. But an even larger problem presents itself as AI gets better and better. Since its introduction, this opened up the floor for scammers to create their own completely new songs, or again, remaster snippets and extend them, all to create the facade that the buyer has a chance to buy the song. And like before, this fooled some individuals, including Aiden Ross.
I paid $200,000 for an unreleased song. It was AI. I got scammed for $200,000 buying an AI song.
But the reward of more publicity was greater in the eyes of many internet celebrities, and like Lucky 4K, Aiden Ross would also dabble in Juice WRLD's Unreleased.
Nah, cause y'all wanna be on my dick. That's my shit. The fuck on my dick, bro.
And also fuck Aiden Ross, bro, for designer, bro. And
he said,
bro,
fuck Aiden Ross.
You know what I hate, bro? She can have the song, but I saw TikTok where he said, "This is my shit, bro. You motherfucker, bro. I made this in my fucking room, bro, at my mom's place." Stupid ass clown, bro. So fuck Aiden Ross and everybody who thinks like, yo, that's my shit.
Nah. I know he hurt, especially about that, talking about that's his shit. When that's really his shit, though. Like, that's really his shit, though. Like, and everybody claiming it's theirs. Like, that's crazy. Like, and he not getting no. And it's crazy. What I love about this documentary is that they, like, he's really, like, showing different point of views of like how this shit goes. Like, we're getting a real point of view of a producer, like his side of this type shit. This ain't something you typically see from JuiceCom. No bullshit. Oh, bro.
Shit, bro. Because like you got some data from Googly, bro. Go suck his dick, bro.
Now, Googly never had to use these tactics because at one point he had so much music to sell, and it wouldn't make sense to risk his reputation. And if he were to do it, tactics like these would amount to a reputational disaster where the empire he built would crumble in seconds if something like that were to come to light. By not doing such things, he managed to maintain his influence and business for almost 7 years. Until... It's mid-May 2025. A member in Googly's current close circle named D&D8, or Ali, who had previously been associated with helping various leakers like Lucky 4K in aspects such as group buys and in general selling music, came online as usual. He receives a message from Folder. It's a bunch of AI mastering plugins he had previously asked for, and he downloads it to use it. He continues on with his day discussing strategies to make more money with Googly before going to sleep. Unknown to him was that what he downloaded was the straw that broke the camel's back. One of those plugins he had downloaded were bound with a rat, and now Folder and well-known X-Page DLI4 had access to his computer. Being in Googly's circle, the original goal of ratting D&D8 was to obtain the songs they might have been withholding from the community that Googly and him might have potentially shared, like in 2020 with Baller Davis 3. And some songs were there. They held on to them and kept a low profile, but lost connection to D&D8's computer, so they rat him again. The songs end up in the hands of someone we'll call M. and D&D8 finds out that the same songs he has are in the hands of M. Paranoid, he asks ChatGPT what possibly could have happened, hoping that he wasn't hit with a rat. ChatGPT mentions plugins, and D&D8 makes the connection. Who usually sends him plugins? Folder. He quickly runs a malware scan and finds that one of the plugins was in fact malware. He tells his friend circle with Googly and they all panic. Nevertheless, the community didn't know of this, and aside from some songs leaking, nothing really happened. But Googly was still frantic. Time went by and D&D8 and the crew thought all was good. But what D&D8 did was just delete the file and not the malware. DLI and Folder keeping a close eye on the messages.
Nah, that's some dumbass shit though. That's on him. That's completely on him. You delete all of the songs, but you don't delete the, like... That's crazy, and I don't understand that. Yes. Yeah. 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 I said yeah. Huh? No, cool.
Over time, found what was beyond what anyone would have ever expected from Googly.
So listen, the nigga High's friend copped this OG file, WAV, right? But I don't want to send Daniels because it's too sus. So what I'm gonna have you do is, you got the session. I need you to go in and bounce like 3 day, or let's say like 5 days after, right? And I need you to bounce it like 5 days after. I need you to fake the file, okay? And as long as you got the presets and you can make it sound legit, it needs to be a legit WAV, like how Max would have bounced it, the OG song, no effects, no nothing, just how it is, the real song, okay? I just need it 5 days later on like a fake WAV type shit. So run that, and then I'm gonna send you a couple hundred from the sale. I didn't get, like, I got a crazy amount for an OG file, but I didn't get no crazy like 2010 bands or something like that. You know what I mean? So let me know tomorrow morning. I need you to do that first thing in the morning. I stalled High. I said my hard drive corrupted. I'll get it to you tomorrow morning. You got to do that for me. If I'm awake, hit me in the GC. I might be awake, okay? And we can call and run it together. But I need you to do that tomorrow, please.
Messages were downloaded containing elaborate techniques and plans on how to scam their frequent buyers and the loyal community. Now, Googly had built a reputation so strong that even if something sounded off about a song, his word was paramount, and if he said a song was real production by Juice or Juice's team, it wouldn't be questioned. So soon, this would catch the public wind and everyone found out who Googly and his team truly were. To squeeze every last penny they could, they would cut vocals out of sessions and sell them, giving the unknowing buyer an incomplete folder of files. Using these cut vocals, they would create entirely new songs to pass off as real productions, and nobody would know because the vocals didn't exist in the already sold folder. They would create fake alternate mixes to songs. They would use AI to mix vocal outtakes, would double sell, and the list went on.
Alright, so the thing is that Googly didn't have any plugins or anything. You could see him, like, there's in the Googly files, there's like screenshots of him in some session files. Like there's the Rack session file, there was Facade, Smith & Wesson, but he didn't have any of the plugins. Like you could tell he didn't, there were some where you could tell he didn't even click the button to find all the like the actual vocal takes. He had no clue how to use that program. He bought it, like there's him talking about buying it and he's being very like, I don't want to buy this, I don't want to buy this, blah blah blah. And then he gets it. But he had no clue what he was doing. He just did it because he had the sessions for these songs. Like that's really what it was. He probably just like loaded up the takes, heard what it was, and then was like, "Hey, make this a fake V1, and we'll flip it for 30 bands."
Okay. Story time. There was this one song that was being group bought, and I believe one of the holders of the song that I was good friends with came to me and said, "Hey, do you think you could remaster or master these tracks?" See, the thing is with a lot of these unreleased songs was that they'd not always have the best sound quality, and there was a team of engineers that would master these songs for the people in the community, so we could get the best possible sound out of them. And someone who seemed to be holding the song before it leaked to the public came to me and asked, like, hey, do you think you could master this song? So I was like, yeah, sure. And I did what I do, and sent the mastered file over to him, and that was that. I didn't really expect anything much of it.
Jowie in the Juice Com, aka Hi. About the music, because I really enjoy.
What's the word, Luke? My
And that
boy
was that. I
Jowie
didn't
in
really
this bitch
expect
too.
Anything much of it.
Jowie in the Juice Com, aka Hi. About the music, because I really enjoy, the music that he makes. It wasn't just to make money, but I mean, that was also a part of it, I guess. I think Googly himself said that it was like around almost 200,000. Yeah, it's like trusting somebody you would buy stuff from in like real life, a reputable seller of clothes, for example, and you expect them to be authentic and legit, and then it ends up being fake. Nah, I wasn't ever told that. I was told that they were unbounced at most, and then he started selling me unbounced stuff.
Damn, what song that was for? 31K?
Even the sessions included, he
song
would
that was
just
for?
give me a bounce, and then it would end up not even being a fucking real thing. It sucks, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's at the end of the day, obviously he doesn't really care about any of the fucking people that he sold stuff to. He just cared about making money off of Juice, and obviously people that he made think that they had a friendship with him, although they obviously didn't.
There was one particular group that I had donated a lot of money to. It was advertised as a 2-verse completed song, and what it actually was it was a hook-only song, and they had bounced the verses from the session. So it was like essentially a session edit disguised as a 2-verse completed song. And he was even, like, the seller of it, which was like directly related to Google, he was even going to sell me a OG file for it when I asked, which I didn't end up buying, but obviously we now know that would have been a fake file that they like crafted.
They wanted whatever they could get at the expense of Juice's legacy. If this had never come to light, songs interpreted as real but never were would forever be known as something Juice made. The overall community typically did not care over the years about controversies with Googly and his team, as it typically brought more leaks for everyone and the events were minor. But when the only reputable source can no longer be trusted, doing the exact scams he warned everyone about, is when his entire foundation toppled. All because of greed.
And to Googly, bro, if you're watching, karma will get you. And that's all I have to say.
Hence, with so many years of successfully running the community...
Googly probably is watching this shit, smiling, and he like, I don't give a damn. He probably getting ready to do some bullshit right now just because of this. He's like, alright, y'all talking shit, but...
Obtaining songs through hacks and other methods, being at the forefront of the community and behind the scenes, the story of Googly's strong presence ends in a way that's beautifully poetic. So, what's in it for the future? We can classify 3 different lenses to view everything. The members themselves, the Juice Leak community as a whole, as well as the Leak community in general for all artists. For all artists, while unleaked music may become more difficult to obtain as time goes on with improving cybersecurity, the economy will never die. It will continue to live with the fire being fueled by lack of care and security, greed, and by corrupt sources from within the process. Like any other illegal black market, there is a financial incentive for those capable of hacking to keep turning profits and chasing internet social status. For labels, they evidently don't do enough to try to prevent and mitigate these issues.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's more about the label, bro. But to be honest, bro, I don't know what Grade A is doing. Bro, myself
You probably in your chat.
got informed 2 days ago from a random fucking
Could be.
Telegram channel that K like a Russian paperwork is done somewhere. Bro, I don't even have it, bro. I don't even know what the labels are doing, bro. To be honest, like, bro, labels are the trashiest thing at the moment, bro. Like
Damn.
2026, bro. The labels are trash. I don't know, bro. But it's good. It's not gonna sustain like this, you know. There's gonna be a revolution or some kind or some shit, because like they doing bullshit, bro. They're not serving the fans. Definitely not, you know.
And in the case of an artist like Juice WRLD, Mac Miller, PNB Rock, XXX Tentacion, MF Doom, or even artists that are still alive, there will always be a willing buyer, even if they realize they fuel this criminal economy. Despite the community's toxicity, as is usual in many online communities, friends were made, passions prospered, and people's true colors shined.
Community was like, hey, this guy's really good at making instrumentals. And that's really my big introduction into the community, and really the rest is history. I started getting into mixing and mastering and more making beats. So yeah, and more time went on, I had a bigger and bigger passion for the things that I was doing, and it got to a point where it was every day of my life. Like every day I'd be at my computer either mixing a song, making a beat, and it got to the point where I was like, hey, since I'm getting pretty good at this, why don't I go to school for it? And now I study audio technology and the music business over at my university, which is really cool. And I'd say the unreleased leaking songs community definitely had a big hand in me going in this field. There's a lot of local artists down here that I have mixed and mastered for, who have loved a lot of the stuff that I did. My Instagram handle for all of my mixing and mastering, production, that kind of thing, is XO Markey _.
Hey, this is Jacob. You can find me on Spotify and Instagram under Jacob as well. On Instagram, it's at Jacob Real. A couple names that I work with are Danny Wolf, Carlton McDowell, Side Piece, Payne the Alien. Man, he basically built my entire catalog. Payne the Alien, man. He's something else with those beats. The way that he impacted others is a way that I want to impact others too. Because you can hear it in the music, you can see it in the fans, you can see it in his stream numbers after all these years that he's died, like how many lives he's impacted. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And I want to be able to leave my mark like he did.
It's a good
His leaks,
documentary,
they
man.
for sure, they definitely did inspire me with the music for sure.
I'm TH3. I'm the CEO and founder of Beetle. Yeah, it's a beat marketplace with a few extra features. Artists can go on there
This
and
nigga Mike
review
is terrible.
other people's music or beats to gain some in-app currency. They can once they gain that in-app currency, they can use it to buy other producers' beats, and then producers can then put out a bounty with that in-app currency to gain feedback. It's basically kind of a feedback for beats kind of loop. And then, among other features like beat wars and all sorts of competitions and prizes and whatnot. I do software development and music engineering, mix and mastering, all that kind of stuff. I have a recording studio in my house. I got friends that come over and a few clients and come and record and make some bangers. It kind of started as just a, play around. Like I was still learning. I didn't really know how to do much, typical using like presets that I found online or pre-cracked software, that kind of stuff. And then, slowly over time, started learning stuff and got to where I am now. I wouldn't have done any of this if it weren't for the leaks. I think the session leaks are what really got me into it. I've been listening to Juice WRLD 6-7 years, so it was kind of, I was listening to every unreleased drop the moment it came out. And then once I started diving into sessions and like, oh, this is really cool, and got to see how the music was made, that really kind of piqued my interest in the mixing and mastering world.
For Juice WRLD's community, the supply of songs is running shorter and shorter with every month that passes. The main seller, Googly, who had been the king of Juice WRLD leaks, had his mask finally fall off, stepping over the line he should have been far away from. It's obvious that while preaching community bonding, A large motivator of his was money. Whatever your opinion is, Googly objectively offended not only Juice, but the very hand that fed him. Eventually, people will have to accept the fact that Juice is no longer with us, and what we have is what we have. The party must end eventually.
Oh, bro. Nah, not gonna lie. This is a great ass documentary, bro. Holy shit. Daniel. Perks. This is a great ass documentary, not gonna lie. The situation with leaks and unreleased music will be one that is forever debated. On one side, if a song never sees the light of day, that art is lost and serves no purpose. On the other side, a song may not be meant to release, and it should be considered an invasion of the artist's privacy or theft. Wherever your opinion may land, the story of Juice WRLD is one that is bittersweet, and it demonstrates how impactful leaks are not only in the legacy of the artist, but also those who listen to them. We as fans of whichever artist often consider that artist's discography as the sole component of their legacy, forgetting that we as listeners are responsible too. After all, music is like beauty, and the power to call a song beautiful rests in the ear of the beholder. Facts. I made websites. I made a few bots that did a few things I just thought was cool, like telling you all songs made on a specific day usually. Damn. I've always been on those since I started making because I wanted. Ah, damn, so that's like all what people have done for like Juice type shit. Damn. Oh, bro, not in the chat. Just a few days before this documentary release on June 19th, 2026, a group buy was held. A 2-pack of songs, Star the Show and Glow Lemon featuring Chief Keef, were being sold for $20,000. The seller, a member named Strives, claims to have been the one who leaked anticipated Juice WRLD song Toxic Humans, and the community found that as enough evidence of credibility, not knowing that when a song is about to leak, it often passes among members for a cheap price before it eventually leaks. In the community, to encourage donations, sometimes members would be told to do either ridiculous or disgusting things. Googly had done some of these himself, such as asking 30 members to send videos of their mothers saying the phrase, "Shout out Juice Hub, shout out Water" to leak a song when the song's group buy was failing to reach its goal. Crazy as fuck. Another example from a group buy goat includes him goading a group buy if someone were to shave their head. Wow. Oh yeah, somebody did shave their head for Chef Juice. Dumb as fuck. I know he still regrets that. And one even resulted in someone defecating in their parents' bed. What? I didn't know about that. In their parents' bed for the song Life's a Dungeon. What? I didn't know about that. Strives would attempt the same and encourage not only someone to eat a toxic laundry detergent pod, but also another member to have intercourse with his girlfriend on camera despite her refusing multiple times. Strives, what is you on, bro? What? That's not funny, but like, what the like? That's insane, shorty. Strives would end up taking the funds and running away without fulfilling his end of the promise. He scammed the community out of $18,000 at a time when nobody knows who to trust. Not even Googly's closest friend, even he was snaked. The community has become a dark place and is reaching its end. Yo. Strives, bro. What the fuck? That's insane, bro. That's insane. Yeah, he forgot about the extra incident. That he should have threw that in there for sure. That's insane though, Strives. Like, rape? What? Crazy. And he scammed He scammed Calm out of 18 bands. And then I seen the whole shit with he was trying to get motherfuckers to buy his crypto coin, bro. That shit is crazy, like, and that's fucked up. That's what I'm saying, like, eventually, like, you see how I was talking to y'all and I was saying, like, eventually we have to, like, you know, come to realizations with this shit. We got enough songs. I feel like, personally, we got enough songs to enjoy, and we damn near might have to accept that some of these songs won't come. The community is dark as fuck right now. Like, you don't know who to trust, what to do. Like, everybody just greedy for fucking money and shit like that. So it's just like, you feel me? It's fucked up and it's sad, but this is what the shit has come to on a real realistic point of view, for real. Like, that's what this shit then came to. Like, it's a whole bunch of weird shit. Like, a bunch of weird niggas with money is like getting away with this. They using our love for Juice World and like our constant like want and demand for songs to get out their fucking kinks and whatever the little shit they wanted to do. Like, and that shit is overseen because we're getting what we want, but we're listening to our fucking grail. So it's just like, we really like, oh bro.
Even after once they leak like what? 50 on maybe?
Oh my god.
I'm still sitting on.
Who's stealing your stuff?
She said, who's stealing your stuff?
Oh my god.
I'm still sitting on.
Who's stealing your stuff? Damn.
And it's funny because all the people that threaten to hack and leak, them the ones that claim they're the biggest fans. I'm like, how is you a fan?
Dang.
That don't make you a fan. Like, what?
Bro, what do you think if like the fucking crazy man would win World War II, bro? Like, you know, what is this question, bro? What if? Bro, the reality is, it happened, bro. It happened. We're living right now here. It happened. We can't change anything. We can't change it, bro. Like, why should we go in a different scenario? You know what I mean? Like, bro, what if, like, you know, fucking, I don't know, bro, World War III started and this and that, bro. Bro, what if, bro? We can't change it, bro. It just happened, you know? And the legacy that, like, the thing is clearly, like, we can change it. We can change the community, though, how they react. I think if I go on Discord and go on the community, on a Discord, I think the community is, like, childish. It's, like, too much, bro. You know, too much is going on. Too much, like, I know, like, you know, memes and Jews and black people, they make... The Discord is crazy, bro. Make it, like, a better place, you know? Then the legacy will be better. But if you go to the biggest channels on Discord about Juice WRLD, and it's, like, memes about Jews and black people and this people and that people and Max Lord and Grade
no
A
positivity
and fucking,
to this shit, man.
all the other people... Bro, I don't know if it makes a good impression, to be honest, on the legacy, bro. You know what I mean? Because the legacy are we now, like the listeners, like the people who enjoy that like post and make threads and make documentaries like you. Bro, it must be like a more positive place, bro. And right now, bro, it is not, bro. And I think you can confirm that, bro. You can confirm that if you go on like any channel, bro. It's, I think we are the ones that are fucking it up right now, bro. We are the ones. So, do better, bro. We should do better. You know what I mean? We all clown. We all make jokes all day. We love him. I know everybody loves him, like, you know, but, like, at the end of the day, we are the ones who, like, direct, you know, the legacy, and we're doing it wrong. Making it a dark place. Make it a place of love, bro. Make it a place of appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the art. Share the leaks, okay? Share the leaks. Say what is the favorite song. Share the memories. Like, share what happened if you when you listen to the song for the first time. But like, make it a better place, brother.
Oh, bro. Damn, that's it. Damn. How many views this shit got? 1.5K. This shit need more views, bro. He got like more videos and shit. That's crazy. Damn, bro. Not gonna lie though. Not gonna lie though. A lot of the shit he was saying was dead ass true. If I'm keeping it a buck, like. Nah, dead ass. We need like a mainstream reactor to watch this, bro. For real, for real. Hopefully one does, bro. Cause you feel me, even though, you feel me, Ab and Mud probably gonna be the first ones to do this shit. We ain't gonna get all the glory for reacting to it, man. Once a mainstream reacts to it, the mainstream was just the biggest Juice fans ever. Like, real live, I ain't gonna lie, like, the mainstream people that react to Juice World, it's kinda like, I'm a bigger Juice fan than you, bro. Like, I don't know, fool. I ain't on no hating shit, but it's like, fuck, like, if I just had the platform, like, niggas will really fuck with me, you feel me? Oh, bro. Nah, Adapt and Faceway would 100% tap into this. I think, like, for sure. They definitely would. But nah, though, I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to the Juice community, like, over, like, my time being in it, I'm not gonna lie, like, the thing about Juice World, the thing that really pushed me, because the thing is, I used to donate in group buys too, like, real live, like, and the thing about it is, I really wanted songs, and the thing is, when I first started listening to Juice World, like, nigga, I was depressed. I was going through a real breakup and shit like that, and that's when Lucid Dreams first dropped. And so ever since then, his voice, his music, it always just sounded so good. Like no other artist could beat it. So then after he died, it was just like fuck. Like it was almost like an addiction, like almost like a drug. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm keeping it a buck with Juice music, like I always just wanted more. I wanted to hear like more and more. And then once I found that he had thousands of fucking songs, literally that, like, I was like jumping for joy. I'm like, okay, you feel me? Like, so then after that, like, I would say, like, I was one of the people, like, that ass, like, them motherfuckers that ass could do anything in the Discord, and I just, like, as long as we getting the songs, bro, as long as we hearing the music, bro. But then once you really take a deep dive to what's going on, this shit is fucked. Like, and I feel like us as fans, if we never really promoted this and kept on, like, promoting this even while knowing what was going on, this shit wouldn't be going on, bro. But at the same time, it's like, if we reject this shit, we won't get the songs because the label's not doing shit. So it's like we kind of stuck in between like, we really stuck in this shit. Because it's like, it's either we get these songs, you feel me? We get these songs, we get this, like, these songs we want our grills, or we go against this shit and have morals. But I feel like if we really going against the leakers, that's really us showing we real true Juice fans and we really true to Juice. Not just more so the music, but really just true to him type shit. If you get what I'm saying. Like, but it's just like we always want more. Like I can't fight my urge for wanting racks. Like I want that shit so bad. You feel me? For something being snippet in, and I know, like, I know it's a possibility. Like I can't really fight that urge. Like this documentary do make me want to, like, go against this shit, but it's just like, bro, I just need rack. I promise you, I just need racks, and I'm gone. I'm gone, shorty. I'm gone, bro. I just need racks, and I'm gone, bro. I'm gone, bro. Real live, bro. Like, I'm gone. Mub, shut the fuck up. I literally just got done reacting to this shit, and I'm trying to talk about it. Why be not bigger than this shit? That's facts. This nigga talking about YB reaction when we just reacted to a better documentary than fucking HBO released. Anyway, YB is a fucking goat. Watch your mouth. YB is the fucking goat. He has good music. I don't think he's a goat though. He has good music though. Great music. But it's just other artists I would rather listen to on a daily basis. You feel me? YB come around like maybe every 2 weeks, you feel me? Shit like that, maybe, you feel me? He'll probably cycle through. He's not a daily listen for me though. You feel me? But his shit is tough though. I'm not gonna deny that. He hard as fuck. You feel me? But before I got interrupted by the plague, yeah, honestly, bro, when it comes to this shit, bro, I feel like at this point, we just need to start, like, kind of accepting we got what we got. Because it's, like, this shit is real tricky right now, bro. Like, we don't know who has what, who to trust who. We don't have no valid, like, see, the thing is, at least with Googly, yes, he was doing fucked up shit, but at least it was a trusted source. Like, we knew this nigga had this shit. That was like that. Like, yeah, you doing, but like now Googly's gone. Like, the real trusted people songs, they're not really active, so it's kind of like hard, bro. So yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I feel like this gonna set the tone for the future of the comp for real. But yeah, that's really my whole input. Youngboy and LeBron are the greatest humans ever. Fucking 40-year-old basketball player. LeBron is goated, but you know, there's just better human beings in my opinion. Bro, why did my editor just send me a picture of Slayer? Hold on, bro. Let me show y'all this shit, bro. I don't know why my editor Bro, that nigga Slayer is getting big, bro. Like, he needs to slow it down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Yo. What I do, cause like, and bro. Hold on. Oh shit. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. I can't believe Juice said listening to leaks doesn't make you a true fan. Honestly though, I feel like at the end of the day it kinda does make you a true fan. You feel me? Because like we can't get these motherfucking, we can't get these songs type shit, you feel me? Like, so it's just like we still trying to show love to your music, but you feel me? I don't know. This shit kind of tricky, bro. Yeah, I feel like if Juice got rebooted, right? And he's seen, like, and he really seen everything that's happened and occurred, he'd 100% understand us and why we gave into this shit. And you feel me? He'd understand. You feel me? But to our knowledge, that power is not here. You feel me? To our knowledge, you feel me? But that's what I would think. Like, Juicy wouldn't get no fuck. You feel me? He'd be like, okay, I see why. You feel me? My label's a piece of shit. And what's so crazy, that nigga Juice was gonna start his own label when he got out of that deal, bro. I just really wish he got off the drugs, bro. Like, I just wish he got off the drugs, man. But we can only sit up here and hope, man. Speaking of power, new season of Rain and Kane is gas. Bro, I haven't watched that shit in the longest, bro. I started back watching anime, I haven't left since, bro. You feel me? I just said fuck, like, actual TV for you feel me? One day though, I'm gonna decide to catch up on that shit. One day. Oh, bro. But Nah, though, I'm finna pop out this bitch, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this motherfucking stream. Played a solo level 1 game. I never knew they had a game. I'm finna hop out the motherfucking stream. Mub, I'm gonna fucking do your YB reactions. Don't fucking worry. And also, I'm gonna do some other reactions and shit, you know, shit like that. We're gonna keep this shit going. Throw some yap sessions. Not gonna lie, I have a vlog coming. My Summer Smash vlog. From what my editor is telling me, that's gonna be like one of my best videos. Real shit. He said the Summer Smash video is gonna definitely be one of my best videos. And what's so crazy, I didn't even like, I didn't really record it, and I really didn't record it the way I wanted to. But I still felt like this could be golden content. You feel me? But next year Summer Smash, bro, I'm gonna have a whole different setup, bro. Like, it's gonna be way better, bro. That ass. Next year Summer Smash is gonna be way better. Holy shit. Hopefully by then, hopefully, let's set a manifestation. By next Summer Smash, 50K subs by next Summer Smash. Y'all think that's realistic? I would say, matter of fact, let's just be fucking delusional. 100K subs by the time Summer Smash happens. Delusional as fuck, but I'd settle for 50, but let's be delusional. 100K. Dead ass. Let's do some little manifestation shit. Can't wait to turn that into something amazing as well. Man. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. You feel me? Also, I'm starting my gaming channel soon, bro. I know I've been saying this for the longest, but I was gonna do the gaming on here, but I said fuck it. We're gonna leave this just for the reactions. The game is gonna be a separate channel, you feel me? And then like the thing, I'm not gonna really promote the game as much, you feel me? That's just like, I'm just gonna try to create my own community based off of that, you feel me? Bro. Okay, Mub, first of all, I have a whole capture card. I have everything set up, okay? I seen your stream on Fortnite. I just ain't say shit in your chat. I was watching your stream for a minute. I just ain't say shit because I knew you was gonna harass me about them YB songs, you feel me? I seen you playing Fortnite. And your ass was playing at 30 FPS. I play Fortnite with you. I can run my smooth 120 FPS flawlessly while recording and streaming. I can get to it, bud. I got everything I need. I just gotta start. You feel me? But at least you started, though. You feel me? At least you started. I give you that. You feel me? I'm a bitch ass nigga because I don't do it. Bro. Swear you've been saying this long before I even started editing for you. Hey man, I promise you, bro, we gonna get it. I don't know, bro. Alright, how about this? I'll start it tonight. I'll record my first gaming video tonight. I'm gonna start a series. I'm gonna do Red Dead Redemption 2. Random as hell. Just gonna do that. I never played the game before. I'm gonna record my first video tonight. Dead ass. Along with the YB reactions, you bitch ass nigga. I'm 180 FPS. Hey, I seen the FPS counter. That bitch said 30. Is Red Dead not a good game? They said Red Dead Redemption 2 was peak. Pokemon Ghost. Oh, hell no. Nah, though. Pokemon. Nah, fool. I couldn't do a game. On some fucking shit, I'll do it like 1 or 2. Make it like, I'll do like 6 videos on that shit. Red Dead is alright, but it's boring. I don't know, bro. I'ma just do it, bro. Fuck it. What y'all think is a good length? Like an hour long, like each like segment for the video, like just do like an hour long type shit. Cause I feel like 30 minutes is too short, especially for like Red Dead Redemption for sure. Just do like an hour long. Did you ever see Slayer shit from Summer Smash? No, bro. I had to go to fucking work. I didn't, bro. Next year, though, I promise you, all 3 days, I'm there. I don't give a fuck who the artist is there. I just want to enjoy myself and be around the bitches, for if I'm being honest, gang. It was some bad bitches out there, folks. It was some bad bitches out there, gang. You feel me? 45 to an hour type shit. We gonna get this shit done, man. But alright, I'm out this bitch for real. It's boy Kyro. Trevor not be the gang. Out this bitch. That was just a lazy ass outro. But fuck it. Can I end my stream, please? May I please end my fucking stream? Hour-long YB video. Can I end my stream so I can stop getting these crazy requests? Why is... Let me end my fucking stream, bitch. I don't know if this is Juice WRLD spirit, like what the fuck's going on? Like I'm, bro. You talking about nice when I'm dead ass like this? I'm clicking this shit. Infinite Kyro stream, bro. Hold on. Let me try to. I don't want to just close out of OBS though. Like that would fuck my. That would fuck my shit up. Hold on. It's the power of control. Shit, hell no, please. Hold on, please. Sleep stream incoming.